Hello all you couch detectives out there. My name is Lee. Thank you for being here. This is a wild case out of Florida, where on April 15th, 2009, in the dead of the night, two men make an escape attempt from the Putnam County, Florida jail, and they actually succeeded. 25 years old at the time, Timothy Fletcher was able to smuggle a car jack handle in his leg cast during a transport. He and his accomplice, Donnie Ray Brown, also his cellmate, were able to use that tool to pry the toilet from the wall in their jail cell. They then used the jack to pry apart the metal bars that were obstructing the maintenance corridor that was directly behind the unit. Sounds noisy, but I guess it worked. They were able to escape without detection. The two men then crawled through the maintenance corridor to an outside access door, which they had to actually break open. Again, noisy, but I guess they did it. Once they were in the yard, they dug a hole under one perimeter fence and somehow made it through a second fence that had a missing cross support. This is really right out of a movie here. It took place around 2 a.m., and it was not noticed that the men were actually gone until breakfast time around 5 a.m., so they had a 3-hour head start. And an internal probe did reveal that perimeter checks had not been conducted on the property for 11 days prior to the escape. Multiple officers were disciplined for this failure. Now, these two had a plan, and Timothy Fletcher is actually going to tell you exactly what that plan was and exactly how they pulled it off in this police interrogation. This is the full interrogation of Timothy Fletcher. We are working on getting Donnie Ray Brown's interrogation as well, so keep your eyes peeled here at Couch Detectives for that in the future. Okay, let's go.
I see it on that black shirt right there.
You do me a favor and loosen this shackle.
What's that?
Yeah, loosen the shackle a little bit, please.
Why? Never see you.
My mouth's so dry I can't
I'm getting it
swallow.
for I'm getting it for you, Mr. Fletcher. We got some water coming right away.
What is this, recorder room?
What do you think?
Yeah, it's recorded.
Yeah. You want to sit there, or you want to sit there? I mean, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
All right.
My pants are about kind of fucked up a little bit.
How'd that happen?
A fence.
Fence?
Yeah, it's kind of hard trying to jump a fence with a broke leg.
Yeah. How'd you break your leg?
I flipped the four-wheeler and landed on top of it. Bone skin on both sides.
How long ago was that?
It's been 8 months ago, but the bone, I'm missing a piece of bone. I'm supposed to do a bone graft, and they've been fucking me around because I've been in jail for the past 5 months. They've been just bullshitting, not wanting to do the surgery.
Right. How's it feeling now?
It's hurting.
Yeah.
Been running.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You been out there with them chasing us all day?
Off and on, yeah. I wasn't out there this morning, but I was out this afternoon.
This morning. What? I seen the helicopter left for a little while, didn't it? What, had to go refuel?
Yeah. They're only good for about 2 hours. They could probably go for 3, but they don't like to. They go for 2. And so if they, have to go further to try and get some more fuel, they have the means to do it.
You work for Putnam County Sheriff's Office?
I actually work for the State Attorney's Office.
For the State Attorney's Office.
One of the investigators for the State Attorney's Office. But we work hand in hand on a lot of stuff, so that's what I'm here for today also. More boots on the ground, trying to locate you guys,
We got away from y'all. If Donnie wouldn't have called his little brother, we was away from y'all. What they got his little brother in the cop car for?
I don't know. So you haven't eaten anything since yesterday? What was the last thing you ate?
2 double cheeseburgers.
McDonald's, Burger King?
McDonald's.
McDonald's. I like Burger King better.
I just used to McDonald's.
Yeah.
What am I being charged with right now?
I don't know, Detective Schwall get into that with you.
He said, escape.
Yeah? Who did all those tats for you?
I got them all done in prison.
Really? That's pretty good artwork for prison.
Yeah. He did a good job.
Who did them for you?
A guy named Eric Word.
Is he still in? Where's he at?
I don't even know, to be honest with you. He got transferred from Lake right before IU West. He did everything except for the Bulldog. And No Love on my chest. I did No Love on my chest, and I did the Grim Reaper on my leg and stuff.
That's some pretty good stuff, though. I like that. Did you give him an idea what to do, or he just had something in mind?
We both.
You guys both worked on it?
Yeah.
That's pretty nice work.
Hey, that cold enough for you?
Yeah.
It's been in the refrigerator for I don't know how many days. This is what I got for you right now. Some chili cheese fritos, okay?
Yeah, it'll be alright.
He says he ain't eaten since yesterday.
Double cheese.
I ain't been asleep since yesterday.
Well, we gon'
So I had plenty of time to sleep now.
well, we're gonna go over that. Like I said, you already met Rich. I don't believe in last names. I'm Doug. You can call me Doug. You can call me Schwall. They call me sometimes Baldhead, Mr. Clean, whatever you want to call me. But we don't have to be formal in here if you don't want to be. That good?
Appreciate it.
You good? Ain't no problem. You know, we'll get you something else to eat if you want something else to eat, okay? That's just what I found so far. We don't have like a buffet meal in there or anything like that.
Can I get some more of that water?
Yeah. Oh, God dang, you weren't kidding, were you?
No, I probably
We got all that. Is that okay? Here's what's going on, okay? Obviously, like I told you on our way up here, right now, what there's a warrant out for your arrest for escape, okay? It had a nationwide pickup and I think included Canada. But that's what you're under arrest for at this point in time, okay? What myself and what the investigator of the state attorney's office are here for is just go over really, and we got to do some procedural things first. We're gonna go over starting Tuesday morning all the way through to today, okay? That seem like a plan to you?
It depends, but
Well, and we'll cross that bridge when we get to the depends part. How about that? Alright. But you're under arrest for escape, so like I said, I'm just gonna read this to you just so you're aware. What it does is preserves his case, our case together, and also just protects you. And that's why I'm here for you, okay? Any questions you have of him or me, we're here for you, okay? I'm not here I don't bullshit. I know you probably don't either. I'm gonna treat you like a man. You treat me like a man. That sound fair?
yeah.
Okay. You probably heard him before,
Yeah.
but I still have to do them, okay? You know who I am. I'm Detective Schwall of the Sheriff's Office. These are your rights, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used as evidence against you, okay? You have the right to talk to an attorney and have them with you now or at any time during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you. If at any time you wish to stop talking or have an attorney present, all questions will be stopped at your request. Do you understand those rights?
Yeah.
Okay. With those rights in mind, are you willing to talk to us?
Yeah, I'll talk to him.
Okay. What I just need you to do,
all this for you.
is I just need you to sign right there on that blue X. I heard him say it as I was walking in. You do got some nice ink. I've only got two, but I keep them covered. My old lady don't like them. We'll get you them back. Your cotton mouth going away?
Yeah, a little bit.
Let me ask you a quick question. What's your first name? What's your middle name?
Wayne.
W-A-Y-N-E.
And your last?
Fletcher.
And how old are you?
25.
How far did you go in school?
10th grade.
Are you fluent in English?
Yeah.
Gotta ask, man. I know it seems stupid. You know, some questions I'm going to ask you are kind of silly, but some questions I have to ask. So I don't want you to look at me funny like I'm a retard or something, okay? Basically what I want to do, and if he wants to go further, that's up to Rich. I'd like to start about Tuesday morning, about 10 o'clock, or actually a little bit before that. Start at the courthouse.
Tuesday morning. We're talking about because I brought the handle in.
Let's start with that. Tell me about when you get loaded up. You know who loaded you up in the van?
Yeah, also Faulkner.
Okay. Where did he put you at in the van?
In the back of the van.
You remember who was in the van with you?
On the way there,
On the way back.
nobody. Wasn't nobody in the back one.
You were in that containment area, right? You alright?
Yeah. I was in the back, and yeah, the little 2 seats in the back of the van.
Who was in the main area? Do you remember? Because there was what, 3
women.
female. Do you remember who they were? Did you know any of them? Okay.
One of them was talking to me, but I don't know who she is.
Okay. At what point in time did you see the jack? Or did you know it was there?
Shit, everybody knows it's there. I don't know, 4 or 5 people talk about they was gonna do it. I just don't know one had the balls enough to do it.
What made you want to do it?
Because I got 10 years, and I just got done doing 7 years.
What'd you get 10 years?
I got 10 years for burglaries and grand thefts in Clay County, and then I still got an accessory after the fact for armed robbery here that I got to go to court for.
Okay.
Now with an escape on top of it.
Well, what was Tuesday's court appearance for?
Pre-trial.
Okay. So what happened? Who was the judge you went in front of?
Hedstrom.
Okay. So kind of walk me through what happened in court.
State's attorney offered me 5 years running concurrent with my 10-year prison sentence if I agreed to testify against Donnie. And I told them I didn't want to do it, and they said they were going to bring me back and talk to me later.
Okay. Donnie was your co-defendant? Okay.
On what charge?
Armed robbery.
So you get put in the van, right? Who gets put in the van first when y'all were leaving the courthouse to come to jail? Was it the females or you?
The females.
Okay, so were you last?
Yeah.
At what point in time did you decide to take the jack?
Shit, I done had the jack for a month. I've been had that jack.
Well, what did you come out of the van with?
The handle.
Okay.
The big long ass handle.
When did you take the jack?
The last one went to court.
Do you remember when that was?
Yeah, the second.
Of this month?
Yeah.
2nd of April? So you had the jack since the 2nd of April?
Yeah.
Where'd you keep it at? Obviously in your cell, but
No, it wasn't in my cell.
where was it at?
Out in the bay.
The bay?
Over the top of the door.
Talking about the salad port where y'all pull in?
No, hell no, right over the top of my door.
Oh, okay. Inside or outside the door?
Outside.
Was it hidden? Could you see it?
Not really. You can see it, yeah.
Who all knew it was there? Or who did you tell that you had it?
Apparently I told too many motherfuckers because somebody done told you a whole bunch. Or told somebody a whole bunch.
Well, let me ask you this. When you come back on April 2nd, okay, and you got the jack with you, how did you get out of the van?
I got out of the van. What do you mean?
I mean, isn't it like screwed into the side of the van or anything like that? How did you unfasten it from the van?
Rolled over on my stomach, held my head, held myself against the wall with my head, unscrewed it.
Okay, and where'd you put it? Down your pants?
Yeah,
Okay, left leg, right leg?
left leg.
Did it go into the boot?
Just a little bit of it.
Okay.
It was poking way out here. I don't know how they didn't see it.
How big is the jack that you took?
The jack?
Yeah.
Uh,
We're talking April 2nd now.
yeah.
I am at least, I'm sorry.
So it's about a foot long, I guess.
About that long?
About a foot long without extending it.
Okay. So, did you go to court in the morning or in the afternoon on April 2nd?
In the morning.
In the morning? Okay, how long were you there for about?
Well, that's gonna give me an introduction to contraband charge on it. Probably.
It may. I mean, you're not a dummy, right? I mean, you know how the system works, okay? I can't make any guarantees or promises, but, you know, if you bring something in that aids you in an escape, most likely that might get rolled in to everything, you know?
I'm not going to answer that because he works for the state attorney's office, I don't, so I'm not going to try and say yes or no. Like I said, we can work. You want some more? Mr. Fletcher, we can work with the truth, okay? As long as we talk about the truth, you know, and don't, you know, because also at the same time what we're doing, we're trying to figure out procedural things that need to be changed, okay? So it's not just let's go ahead and screw Timothy Fletcher, you know what I mean? So
when you take the jack, okay, you roll over and you unfasten it so nobody can see it, right? Okay. When you put the jack up over the door, obviously somebody had to see that.
I'll wait till there ain't nobody looking. Early enough. Waited till I kept it myself till the next morning.
Okay.
When everybody went to bed, back to bed after breakfast, I put it up there.
Okay. You sure nobody saw you?
I don't think nobody seen me.
Okay. I mean, did you keep checking on it every now and then to make sure it was still there?
Yeah.
All right.
All I do is look up there. You would walk by and look, see it.
Okay. From April 2nd till Tuesday, did anybody point it out or look at it or anything else, or whisper in your ear, hey, what's that up there?
No, but I told some people.
Who'd you tell?
I ain't gonna answer that question. I ain't trying to get nobody else in no trouble.
Okay.
well, I can tell you this, some people have already said they knew it was there, so, I mean,
They had, yeah.
trust
They
us.
also
We've
also-
interviewed just, you know, just about everybody in that pod, so we kind of know who knew what and who didn't know what, so, and I respect you for not that, but at this point in time, you know, they didn't, you know, just because they knew doesn't mean anything. You see what I'm saying? So you're not really snitching on anybody if that's what you're worried about. You see what I'm saying?
Shit, somebody was doing a lot of snitching to y'all. I should have kept my mouth shut, I guess. What the hell did y'all come up with that we was going to Indiana?
Well, we'll get to all that.
You're supposed to be accounted for in jail, and then you're not there, so obviously they know something's up and you're gone, okay? Whether somebody told on you or not, everybody knows that you and Donnie are not where you're supposed to be, hence the escape, okay? So let's just keep it, you know, where it should be instead of trying to backdoor everybody. We're not trying to backdoor you, so let's not try and backdoor anybody else, all right? So you got the jack, you put it up on the door, April 2nd. Now let's fast forward up to Tuesday.
I brought the handle in.
Okay. How'd you get the handle?
It just clamps in.
Did you have to unscrew anything? Did you have to unscrew anything?
No.
Okay. You get brought in. You're the first one unloaded. You walk into the between the two doors out of the sally port, and then the females are unloaded, right? You're brought in, and you're told to sit down on the bench. Okay, and then the
Females walk in.
right, and then the deputy grabs you and says, "Let's go," and takes you to the holding cell.
Put me in the hole.
Right.
So.
And you have a conversation with Mr. Hill,
With Mr. Hill.
black male dreads.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
What'd y'all talk about? And yes, we have talked to him already.
What he say we talked about?
Let me hear your side first. I'll tell you what he said when we're done, but I want to hear, because I want to know if he's lying. But he told on himself, so I mean, I don't think he's lying about telling on himself. But I can tell you, I know you whispered into his ear. You guys carried on because
You seen it on the camera.
yeah. I want to know what y'all whispered about. We know Mr. Masson was right there, and you know the old man with the glasses, old school. We know he was there. We know who all was there because we saw everything. We just want to hear your side of it. Is basically what it boils down to.
I asked him could he see anything in my pants.
What he said.
He said no.
Then what happened when, at one point in time, say that's the door, you know, you guys are in this corner, and he's got looking out there with his butt up to you, and you're adjusting. What's he doing? Is he helping you out? Just make sure it's, I mean, because he keeps looking down. Is he making sure you can't see it? Or what's he doing?
I just asked him could he see anything. He said no. But I knew it was. When I got out of the van, I bent my leg and the goddamn top of it was way up here at my waist. Shit, it stuck out way up here.
Yeah, we see you adjusting it when you get on the side of the van, right before you go in the door. We see you adjusting it. When Mr. Faulkner goes around to grab the females. Right before, I guess he's yelling at you to get into the door.
Not really, he didn't.
Not yelling, you yelling poor choice of words, but telling you to go ahead and get in. What happens when you get back there to BE?
What do you mean?
When you walk in at 10 something and you get back to 76, where you and Donnie are sharing a cell, what are y'all talking about?
Nothing. Donna was still asleep when I got back. He was laying in the bed whenever I come back from court.
What did you tell him that you now had the rod?
I woke him up and told him.
What'd he say?
He just laughed about it.
Did he know about the jack?
He didn't know about the jack.
When did you tell him about the jack?
I don't know, about a couple of days before he got moved in the dorm.
You remember when he got moved in? When y'all got moved in together?
He was in there for about 5 days, I guess.
Before y'all left?
Yeah.
Okay. So last week?
Yeah.
Okay. So now you've got this jack, now you've got the rod. You basically got all the pieces. What do you do with them?
Shit, I tried to jack the wind out.
So you caused all that right there, that little, I guess the cut, you know, that's up at the top right corner, comes about a third of the way down. Did you do that with the jack trying to do it, or did?
Yeah.
Okay.
The window won't come out.
Okay.
What time about did you start doing that?
When I first got the jack.
You need some more? Okay.
April 2nd?
There was already a big hole there whenever I moved in.
Okay.
There was already a hole about 4 inches by about 4 by 4 probably. There's a section missing at the top already.
Okay. So without the handle, you tried forcing the jack up in there? Or you waited till you got the handle to do it?
I don't know. I couldn't turn that jack handle hard enough with my hand.
Okay. Well, that's why I'm asking, because you said as soon as you got the jack, you started.
Yeah, I broke a couple pieces off there and tried to stick the jack in there upside down, but it wasn't gonna work without the handle. I knew it wasn't gonna work without the handle.
Okay. When did you get the jack from up above the door?
What do you mean?
Well, you got the jack April 2nd. You got the jack handle on Tuesday on your way back from court.
14th.
Right. When did you get the jack?
I've had the jack down a couple times.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly when, but I've had it down a couple times.
So when you got back from jail, from court on Tuesday, the jack was already in your cell?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was up over the top of my door.
Okay. Inside your door or outside your door?
Outside. Y'all couldn't see me grabbing it?
I haven't gone that far back because we didn't, so I'll be honest with you, I have not looked.
Like Tuesday.
That's what I'm saying, I've had so much stuff to look at, I'll be honest with you, I have not looked at that yet. I'm not going to try and bullshit you.
What'd he say?
You talking about in the hold cell?
Yeah.
He said you whispered in his ear, look man, I got a jack. And he said, boy, that's when I guess Mr. Matson, old school, said, boy, you crazy. And he just said he kept looking down. His statement was, he said he did keep, and he saw it, and he said all that. He didn't say the rod, he said the jack. But that just may be some misstatements on his part. He then says that when he was, even though he was right up on you, and you kept looking down as you were doing it, as you were adjusting, that he was just ready to go to court. He didn't know nothing about nothing, but he knew you had a jack. He said he wasn't trying to help you out. So, kind of similar to what y'all were saying. So, and that's it. Just wanted some clarification on that part. So, you realize you can't get out the window. What do you do next? This is Tuesday we're still talking about.
At first I didn't know what she had. I was ready to give up. And Don said there was a big hole behind the toilet. So I wedged the jack between the wall and the toilet and just busted it loose a little bit. Could feel the hole back there and left it alone till nighttime.
So you did not pry the toilet away?
Not until we got the toilet off early, but there was rebar in there. I gave up whenever I seen that rebar in there. I mean, I gave up for a little while till Donnie showed me how to. He started jacking the rebar out of there.
At what point did Paul come into the cell?
Shit, they jumped me. Him and Matos jumped me right before lockdown.
They know what y'all were doing? Because I was told Paul helped y'all.
No. Paul didn't help.
That Paul had actually grabbed the toilet and helped pull it away so y'all could see the hole. That was what was told to me. And that's what I'm asking.
No. Paul come in the cell. Him and Matos come in the cell that night and jumped me.
What did they jump you for?
Fuck, I don't even know, to be honest with you. They called me down to the cell. When I got down there, they swung on me or something.
So, lights out are at what time?
Like about 8:30, I think.
Now when you said we waited till dark, was it lights out when you say, or was this like dark outside? You said we left it alone until dark. Are you talking about before lockdown or after
lockdown?
Okay. What happened at lockdown?
Shit, we jacked the toilet off the wall.
Okay.
And then I wedged it up. And the bar was in there, so I tried to push the toilet back down where it's gonna give up. And the dudes in the dorm, I don't know what was said, but something happened to where all the black dudes in the dorm wanted to jump me and Donnie. They jumped me and Donnie already that night. Tuesday night they jumped me. My nose still kind of swole a little bit. It was sore. But they jumped us and then told us, a bunch of people in the dorm knew we was going to escape. They told us that we was either going to handle our business and leave, or else in the morning they was going to jump us again. So.
Now who said that?
Shit, all of them.
No, that we needed to handle our business and leave, or.
Shit, Matos, Paul, Lowe.
So they knew what y'all were doing?
Yeah.
They knew y'all were trying to get out of there?
Yeah.
So who all knew y'all had the jack and we're gonna bust out and go?
Damn near about everybody in there.
I mean, I could go through the whole cell. I mean, the ones that you know knew you were.
Matos, Paul, Lowe, Vaughn, his roommate.
John Vaughn down on the bottom?
Yeah.
What about, did they actually see the hole and what y'all had done with it?
No.
Y'all just told
Told
them?
him, yeah.
So it's lights out. Y'all almost give up because you see the rebar and you see all that stuff. Walk me through what happens next. I know, Deputy Adams was working that night.
Yeah.
I guess, from what I'm being told, about 10:30, he's walking by and y'all ask him what time it was, and he says it's 10:30. Where were y'all at that point in time as far as being able to get out?
When not even close. The toilet was busted loose, but the top of it never did come loose.
Okay.
So I could snatch it up and then push it back down, and then it looked like there wasn't nothing wrong with the toilet.
So after he tells you what time it is, what do you guys do for the remainder of the evening?
Shit, we got that. By shift change, we had the rebars jacked out of there. The two pieces, we jacked two pieces out.
How'd you do that?
Put the jack on the floor and then put it up under the second one, jacked it up. The rebar wasn't in the wall, but about an inch, if that.
Okay.
It just barely was in the wall.
Okay.
It bent up and come right out. And then we'll put the jack between the third and the first one and jack the third one out too.
How were y'all able to do all this with all the cell checks going on?
You gotta do it fast and know when the police is coming.
Would one be jacking while the other one's looking out for one of the guards coming by? Or were you both just focused on jacking the rebar out?
Yeah, I jacked it. Donnie put it in there and held it to make sure it was going to work, and I jacked it.
Okay, but I mean, you guys are
Focused
on that. What if one of the guards comes by? Was somebody in another cell
They come by
looking out for you, or no?
No, they come by every hour. We just think it was getting close to the hour and stop. Shit, we might sit there 10, 15, 20 minutes before the guard comes, but...
You knew you had another hour after that? Okay. At any point during all of this, did one work on it while the other one was looking, being a lookout?
Not really, no.
No? Okay.
Can I get some more water?
Yeah. At what point do you guys think you had everything ready to go? Do you know roughly what time it was?
By midnight we had the bars out, and then I had to hold the toilet up so Donnie could crawl in there, and he got that little door to open.
What door?
The little door. The door went out.
The door that leads to the outside?
Yeah.
Okay. How'd y'all get that open?
Donnie pried that little piece, I guess. I don't know. He crawled in there.
Okay, so you didn't see it.
No.
When did you tie that sheet? Was it a sheet that you tied and then it was hanging down into where all the pipes and the rebar and everything was? Is there a sheet or something that you used there was something tied?
Yeah, no, it wasn't from us.
Okay, that's fine.
It wasn't, I don't know what
I'm trying to remember everything I saw there, and that's why I'm asking. So what time do you think it was when y'all decided, let's go?
We left at 2 o'clock.
Left at 2 o'clock? Okay.
How do you know it was 2 o'clock?
Because the guards count every hour.
Okay.
When they change shifts, and then he come through at 1, and then when he come through at 2, as soon as he left, we left.
Describe to me what happened when you guys decided to leave.
We went out the door, and I thought that gate would bend because it's only got that one hinge. It's only got one hinge at the top. I thought the bottom of it would bend out, but it won't.
Okay. So what y'all have to do?
Nothing. The bottom of that fence was loose.
So you crawl underneath it?
Yeah.
Okay. Crawl underneath the first fence. What happens when you hit the second fence?
Climb over the top of it.
All the way over the top? Including the...
We had to go through 3 gates.
Okay.
Went under the first one, over the second one, and then through the third one. Right over the top of the gate.
How long do you think that took you? From the minute you got out the door and you were on green grass to get through everything and be away from the jail. How long do you think it took you?
Shit, 20 minutes. We was out there kind of stuck there for a minute. I didn't think we was going to be able to get out.
What made you think that?
Because at first, I wasn't fixing to climb over that reservoir. I can't climb over that reservoir with a boot.
That's a good point.
And we just happened to notice that, you run that wire runner through the bottom of the fence. It wasn't even run through the bottom of the fence.
Right.
The bottom of the fence was just loose. Had a little bit of dirt holding it. Pushed the dirt out of the way and pulled it up and climbed up under it.
Okay.
And over the other gate, and then where the visitors come in on the other gate, there's no bar over the top of the gate. The gate doesn't go all the way up. It's in the fence. There's no bar. It's a loose fence. Climb between it.
Okay. So you guys are out now.
Yeah.
Where do you guys go?
Through the fields.
Talking about the fields right there. You know where this building is that we're in now?
The fields right there.
Right behind here?
Yeah.
Right over there? Those fields. Because here's the jail. If you were to look straight, if there was a window here, here's the jail. So you cut through where the cows are?
Yeah.
Okay. And going towards the highway?
Right.
Alright. What happens when you hit the highway?
Which means?
No, you said you cut through the field. Obviously you guys didn't just stay in the field.
No.
Where'd y'all go to?
Looking for a vehicle.
Okay. Did you find one?
Hell yeah.
What'd y'all find?
You already know what we found. A Ford truck.
Okay. Did you guys try and get any before that Ford truck?
Oh yeah.
How many?
The Z71.
A Z71?
Yeah.
Any others?
Yeah. A van.
A van?
Yeah.
Any others beyond that?
No.
Okay. So you tried two. Do you remember which one you tried first? The Z71 or the van? Z71. And then you went to the van. And then you went to the Ford truck.
Going down the road.
Well, no. Well, let's go back to the. So what did you do? You went to the van, tried it.
Went to the truck.
Went to the Z71.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was locked, so I had to bust the window out.
Okay. Then what did you try it? What was Donnie doing during this time?
He was right there with me.
Okay. Was he looking around, or is he focused on what you're doing?
He climbed through the window for me to unlock the doors after I bust the window out.
Did he? Because I know that's got to be hurting, and your adrenaline's got to be pumping.
Yeah, it wasn't hurting.
I couldn't imagine.
I was kind of high on adrenaline a little bit.
I bet. So he climbs through the window, unlocks it. What happened? What happened when you all were in the Z71? I mean, was there something that you couldn't get it started, or?
Yeah, I couldn't. She didn't have no tools.
Okay. So then y'all move to the van.
Yeah.
Was that on the same property or different property?
Different.
Okay. Was the van locked or unlocked?
It was unlocked.
Okay. Same thing, just couldn't get it started?
Yeah, I didn't have no tools. I was trying to bust the ignition. I didn't have a strong flathead screwdriver.
Okay. Alright. So then y'all make it to the truck. Remember the color of it?
I think it was spray painted. Some of it was.
Okay.
Different colors.
Was it locked or unlocked?
Unlocked.
How were you able to get that one started?
The keys was there.
Oh, was it? Okay. So, now you got your ride. Who drove?
I did.
Okay. And Donnie obviously in the passenger seat.
Why were you driving, not Donnie?
Shit, 'cause I could drive better than he can.
That's fair enough.
Alright. What time do you think it was now that you got the truck?
Shit, it was getting close to 3 o'clock. We was kind of in a hurry trying to get out of there.
Why do you think it was getting close to 3?
It been because shit, it took us a while to get through them gates, and then walking across the field. We didn't run, we walked across the field.
Okay.
I don't know, and then we fucked with that Z71, and then we fucked with that van. It was close to 3 o'clock.
Okay.
What time did they notice we was going?
What time did it?
About 4, I think, or no, 5:10.
5 o'clock.
Breakfast time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't even know it, huh?
Nope.
The little fake bodies worked, huh?
Something worked. Because, I mean, you guys had a 3-hour head start on.
Did you put little things underneath your blankets? Roll up your pillows or something?
Shit, Donnie cut his mattress and we took all the stuffing out of it.
Did it look good? Because by the time I saw what it, I mean, they had that cell just totally, so I didn't see it. Did it look good? Did it look like bodies?
Not really. Mine didn't. Donnie's looked good, but mine just was like a big clump.
So y'all finally get through the gate.
I don't know how the hell did it take them that long? The toilet was pulled up off the wall and everything.
Was there any water leaking out?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's being addressed.
And that's one of the things we wanted to talk to you two about, was just to find out these different things, because there's obviously this, but there's also some things that we need to, not me or him, but obviously within our agency, that the sheriff needs to figure out what's going on. So and that's kind of why we wanted to lean on you for some, stuff.
So you get in the truck, you're driving, because you're a better driver. What do you guys do next?
Went to Barton,
Which way do you go?
down Mill Road.
So you cut out the gate, go north,
Yeah.
and then cut down Mill Road. Okay. Which in turn takes you to 100. Then 100 to Barton Road. He's not from here, so he doesn't know the directions. I'm giving him the directions. Why do y'all go out to Barton?
Try to get some money.
Where'd y'all go to?
To my grandpa's wife's house, ex-wife,
What's her name?
Helen,
Helen. Where's she live at?
315 Barton Road.
Okay. Was she there when y'all got there? What time do you think it was when y'all got there?
A little bit after 3.
Okay. Now, is that, and I'm just asking, is that a guess, or did you have something that told you what time it was?
No, I didn't have nothing to tell me what time it was, but
Okay.
I know it was a little bit after 3 o'clock.
Okay. Okay. I'm just asking, that's all. Was Helen there when y'all got there?
Yeah, she let us in.
Okay. What'd you do? How'd you get her up?
I beat on the damn window.
Oh, you knew which bedroom was hers?
My grandpa been married to her 20 years.
Okay. Man, I'm
I
just
know you
asking.
already know this.
I'm just no, actually, I don't know. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. So she lets y'all in. Does she open the door? Or she ask who it is?
She asked who it was. She asked me who it was when she was still in the bedroom.
And you told her it was.
Timothy.
Well, I didn't know if she knew something else. That's all. So, what did you tell her when she said, "Hey"? When he says, "Hey, it's Timothy." Did she let you in, or did you have to ask her to let you in?
I asked her to come let me in.
Did she know you were in jail?
Yeah, but she didn't know that I escaped from jail.
Okay. Did she ask why you were there so early?
Yeah.
Hi, then.
What did she say?
She wanted to know what I wanted. Why was I there?
And what'd you tell her?
That I was in trouble.
Is it still through the window, or now you're inside?
Inside. She didn't know I had Donnie with me whenever she opened the door.
Does she know Donnie?
No.
She never met him before?
No.
Okay.
Where was he at? Was he with you, or was he hiding?
He came in after I came in.
No, but when you beat on her window, like you said, and did she just talk you through a curtain, or did she have to pull a curtain or the blinds or something?
She opened the door. She let me in the door. So.
Front door, back door, side door?
The front door.
Okay. So you walk in, and Donnie walks in. What happened? What do you guys talk about inside the house?
Donnie asked her, she was gonna rob her. I don't like it, we were gonna rob her.
That's what y'all decided to do?
Yeah.
When did you decide that?
I kinda halfway already. We kinda halfway already had it planned out, but
Now, when you guys get in the pickup truck, okay, and the keys are in the truck, do you guys talk about having to go get money, what your plans are gonna be, who you can get money from, anything like that? Is any conversation going on at this point?
we'd already talked about it before.
While you were still in the jail cell?
Yeah.
What did you guys discuss?
That was the closest place to go get any kind of money.
Your grandma's house?
Yeah, she ain't my grandma, she's a bitch,
Okay.
to be honest with you.
Helen's house.
Yeah.
We'll call her Helen.
That ain't
Okay.
my grandma.
Is that what you called her, was Helen?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you know what she had in the house?
I know my grandpa told me this. She used to have, her ex-husband went to federal prison for laundering money, some shit to do with real estate. And he stole like $3 million. Plus she worked at the courthouse for 35 years, I think. And her mama just died and she got like $700 and something thousand from that. But I know she used to keep a lot of money in the safe. But I wasn't. I knew that she used to keep a lot of money in the safe.
So you guys decided, hey, that's the closest place, is Helen's house, so y'all leave there, go down Mill Road, 100 and up Barton Road.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when you get to the house, you guys where do you park the truck?
In the backyard.
In the backyard? You come down the driveway and you drive around the right side or left side of the house?
Didn't go down the driveway, I went down the road.
Okay.
Q Road right.
Q Road right before it. And then you just come around because now her house is on the left-hand side, or the right-hand side. You just come in the back. And how do you guys get to the front door? Which side of the house did you walk by? You walked the Key Road side, or did you go around the other?
Through the gate.
To her window?
Oh yeah, we went in the gate to go to her window first, but then whenever I got her up, I walked back around the back of the house and through the little side gate right there by the little shed.
Okay. Just off to the right.
If you're looking at the front of the house, okay, which window?
Right behind.
Which window is hers? If you're looking at the front of the house from...
You can't see it from the front of the house.
Okay, but would it be the back left corner, back right
Back
corner?
left corner.
Back left corner? Okay.
So closest to Key Road.
Yeah.
So you guys have decided, hey, we're gonna go rob Helen. She got some money possibly. You mentioned a safe. So what happened when you and Donnie get into the house?
I really didn't have nothing. I couldn't do nothing. I've been knowing her for 20 years and I couldn't rob her or nothing. So basically Donnie, he made her open a safe.
How did he make her? Where was she? Do you remember what she was wearing?
She was still in her underwear.
Was she?
Yeah.
Where was her safe at?
In the closet, in the bathroom,
In the bathroom?
in the den's room, in the den where the big screen TV is.
Okay. It was in that room? Okay. What did he say to her? I mean, you just said, hey, I've known her for 20 years. I couldn't do it. What did he say to her?
Open the safe, bitch.
What was her reaction? I mean, was that like the first thing you said to her?
No, it wasn't the first thing. Yeah, it was the first thing he said to her.
What did you say to her?
Nothing. I just looked at her funny. I couldn't. You know what I mean?
Right. So he says, open the safe, bitch. What's her reaction to that?
Fuck you.
Is that exactly what she said?
Yeah. She's a mean bitch.
Sounds like it.
Oh, she's a mean bitch. She kicked my Aunt Melissa in the stomach when she was pregnant and killed the baby a long time ago.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty mean bitch.
So what happens then after she says, fuck you? She say it to Don or she say it to both of y'all?
She said it done.
How many times?
What?
Okay.
Shit, but now, I don't know, they was arguing a bunch.
What do you remember?
She said she was scared.
Okay, she was scared.
She said she was scared. But she punched him.
Where?
Where'd she punch him? Right in the face.
Okay.
Y'all still jacked up on adrenaline at this point?
Yeah.
What time do you think it was now?
Shit. Well, when they made over the safe, shit, they was arguing for 10 minutes, I guess. Like 10 minutes.
Anywhere in the house you might have glimpsed at a clock or anything?
No, I wasn't paying attention to
Okay.
that.
Alright, that's fine.
So when she punches him in the face, has she gotten the safe yet?
No,
Okay.
no. He smacked her after she punched him.
What do you mean by smack? People call smacking different things. I mean, was it a fist or was it an open hand?
It was an open hand smack.
Where did he smack her at?
Inside of the head,
Left side, right side, do you remember?
the left side.
Alright, so he's right-handed, I would assume, and he smacks her on the left side?
Yeah.
Okay. Up by the eye, on the side of the face?
I really don't know.
Okay. Where were you when he was smacking her?
I stood there for a minute. They was going
Stand up
at
for a
it.
second if you could.
Had she turned on any lights in the room? Did she have any lights on?
The kitchen light was on.
Okay.
When she let me in the door, she turned the kitchen light on.
So you could see. You guys could see everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here, go stand with Rich.
If I'm Helen, okay, and you're Donnie, where are you positioned at? Where is Helen? Okay.
I was over there.
So you're behind Helen.
Not behind her, to the side of her.
Okay. So she's.
Where should I put myself to be Helen?
You could be right there.
Okay. You're Donnie.
Yeah.
Where are you standing? Where's Donnie standing?
Right here.
Right here.
Yeah.
Where are you standing?
Over there.
Right here?
Further away. How far is between you and Helen?
Out, she had about where you're standing.
So couple feet.
2 feet? 3 feet?
A couple feet.
Okay.
Could you touch her? Like if you wanted to reach out your hand? Yeah, if you wanted to, you could reach in and touch her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so you say, or Donnie says, open the safe, bitch. And Helen says, fuck you. And then what happens? Did you say anything?
No.
Like Helen listened to him,
No.
open the safe? Okay. So she says, fuck you. What happens next? Did she punched him?
No, not yet. After he smacked her, she punched him.
Okay, so he smacks her, she punches him, and then what happens?
He grabbed her by the neck.
From the front, from behind, from the side?
From right, he spun around, grabbed her by the neck.
What do you mean by spun her around?
Spun her around.
Spun her around, okay, and then what happens?
He grabbed her, tried to choke her over.
So,
Yeah, like that.
one arm?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was using 2 arms.
Here, I'm Helen. What's the height? How tall?
How tall is Helen about?
How much shorter than you? She comes to there? Okay. You're about his height, so.
So, spins around, left arm around the neck,
No, it's right arm.
right arm around the neck,
Yeah.
like this?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what happens?
You said he wrenched up with both hands?
Yeah, he was wrenching her.
Like this?
Yeah.
What's she
Okay.
doing?
Kicking and clawing and screaming and
Him? Like how? Show me.
yeah, she was.
You be Helen's hands. What's she doing? I mean, she.
I got him around the neck. Okay, so I'm here, around the neck.
She was kicking him. She was kicking backwards and screaming and she was clawing and
Okay.
What do you think he was trying to do?
Nothing, trying to get it open and safe.
And what were you doing all of this?
Nothing, I didn't want to do
Well, what's your reaction when you see him choking her?
nothing. I went in the bedroom.
So you left.
I went to the bedroom and got some rings and some jewelry that I knew where she had jewelry at.
Where's she having it?
In her drawers, in the dresser drawers.
Okay. So how long do you think you were in her bedroom for?
The first time, probably about 10 minutes.
What do you mean the first time?
Shit, I stayed there. I went and then I come back out.
What happened when you came back out?
They were still arguing and fighting, and then he brought her into the room.
So he wasn't choking her?
No.
Do you know what made him stop choking her?
Yeah, because he had damn, I think he took the gun off the wall.
What kind of gun?
I don't even know what kind of gun it was. It was one of my grandpa's collectors.
Handgun or a rifle?
A handgun.
Okay.
But it wasn't loaded or nothing. It was one of my grandpa's. It was pretty. He just hung it on the wall.
Right. Who took the gun off the wall?
Donnie did.
Donnie did? Okay. For what reason?
To scare her.
Okay.
I guess, I don't know. She's a dumbass that didn't notice that it was hers and my grandpa's gun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she was scared.
How could you tell she was scared?
Because she was shaking real bad.
Okay, keep going.
I don't know, man. They fussed and fought and argued, and then I got tired of listening to it, and then I smacked her on the top of the head one time.
Open hand, closed hand with the gun? What?
Open hand.
Open hand.
Hell no, I didn't hit her with no gun.
Okay.
Which side of the head did you hit her?
I hit her on the top of the head.
Like, up, which part?
Top left side.
Like right up in this area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why'd you do that?
Cause she wouldn't quit fighting. She wasn't gonna cooperate.
Okay.
So what did you say when you smacked her on the top of the head?
Told her to shut up and
What exactly did you say, you remember?
shut the fuck up. Cooperate and he'll leave you alone.
What'd she say?
She was cussing and screaming and
You remember anything specific that she said?
yeah, we was pieces of shit and she didn't have no fucking money in her house. So pieces of shit like us wouldn't rob her.
So you said he took her, and I might have misunderstood you. Did you say Donnie took her into the bedroom?
Yeah, he brought her back there because she said she was going to get the combination to the safe.
Okay.
And then when she got in the bedroom, she said she had to piss. So Donnie told her to go in there, and he said he was going to stand at the door. And she hit him with the fucking hair dryer and tried to slam the door shut. And then he pinned her against the bed and was threatening to kill her and whatever. But
What do you mean he was threatening to kill her?
He
What
told
was he
her-
saying?
he told her he was going to shoot her if she didn't quit.
How did he pin her against the bed?
He just pushed her down by her neck, pushed her down against the bed and put the gun
On her stomach or on her back?
on her back.
Was he holding his hand around her neck with the gun in one hand?
Yeah,
So like this?
yeah.
Okay. And what was he saying to her?
Don't fucking try that shit again.
Okay.
She blasted him good with that fucking hairdryer.
Where'd she hit him?
In the face.
In the face?
Yeah.
Do you remember what part of the face?
Not really. I heard it. I was still
Excuse me.
going through the drawers.
Okay. Then what happened?
They went to go open the safe.
So she found the combination?
Yeah, well, he had to take her into the other room. She straightened up. She had it hid up under the bottom drawer.
Okay.
This is in the den?
No, in that other bedroom.
In the other bedroom? Okay. So
Going right straight across the hall.
the two of them now go into the main room where the safe is, right?
Yeah.
And what are you doing?
Still going through the dresser drawers.
Okay. How long after they leave to go out there to open the safe did you stay in the bedroom? What'd you say?
Shit, I don't know, a few minutes before I walked out there to see what was going on.
What did you see?
They was fighting.
Again?
Yeah,
Was the safe open at this point?
yeah.
Okay. What was inside the safe?
Bunch of paperwork.
Anything else?
No,
No money?
no,
You guys go all the way over there
for nothing.
for nothing. That had to piss you off. And it
Yeah.
pissed me off.
Yeah, it pissed me
I'm
off.
sure it pissed Donnie off.
It pissed me off too. I just escaped from the county jail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What did you get from the bedroom?
5 rings and a bracelet and some earrings
What did
and a Louis Vuitton bag.
In a Louis Vuitton?
A Louis Vuitton bag, a little purse, a little wallet or whatever.
What was in the wallet?
Nothing.
Did you get anything from, did she have a purse? Did Hannah? Did you get anything out of there?
Yeah, $37.
Anything else? No, you didn't get her social security card, her driver's license, credit cards, anything like that?
The wallet. Yeah, I took the whole wallet.
What was in the wallet, do you remember?
All that shit. I don't know what all was in there.
Okay.
I know there was a credit card and
But there was, the only cash you got was $37.
yeah.
Okay. So, adrenaline's still pumping. You've got the rings and the earrings and the bracelet, Louis Vuitton wallet and her wallet. Where was her wallet at?
In my pocket.
No, where did you get it from?
The chair in the kitchen.
Okay. Was it in a purse or just a wallet?
In the purse.
Okay. Left the purse, took the wallet. Or did you take the purse?
Took the whole thing.
Okay. So, who's holding what?
Shit, I was going through all that. I put the wallet in my pocket when everything first started happening.
Okay, so before you went to the bedrooms, you had her wallet.
Yeah.
Okay. At what point in time did you grab the purse?
When we was leaving.
Okay. So, step back before you leave. What happens when you realize there ain't shit in there but papers? You thought you was fixing to get some money, because you know $700,000 inheritance from her dead relative. Her husband, or her first husband, or whatever number he was, but her ex-husband was an embezzler and went to federal prison, money laundering.
$3 million.
Yeah, you said.
I didn't kill Helen. If that's what you asked me, I did not kill Helen.
Well, since you brought it up,
I did not kill Helen.
how'd she die?
He
We'll
said-
cut straight to the point. How'd she die?
He told me she had a heart attack, but they was in there fighting, and I don't know exactly what. I wasn't gonna watch. My stomach was churning.
Well, what was Donnie's reaction? Since you brought it up, I told you we
Shit,
laid it out.
I went back to the bedroom. Was going to the bedroom. He come in there eating a piece of pizza
Where'd you get the pizza from?
out of the refrigerator.
What did he say?
Told me that she died. He told me she had a heart attack.
Did you believe him?
I don't know what happened. I ain't even asked him because I don't even want to.
So he comes in there eating a piece of pizza. When you guys go ahead and decide to leave, and we may come back to some other questions, did you look at her?
Fuck no. That shit was making me.
What was?
That shit was making me want to throw up.
What was making you want to throw up?
That she was dead. I didn't want her to be dead.
Did you see where she was dead at?
Yeah, she was laying on the damn floor.
She on her stomach or on her back?
On her stomach.
So did you notice anything about her when you walked by? I mean, besides the fact she was dead.
Oh,
Did
man.
you notice any blood, anything?
No, I didn't see no blood. I didn't see no blood. I saw a bruise on her face. It looked like her face was turning blue or something. Side of her face was blue.
Right side?
That side you grabbed, that's
on
what
the
we're
left
asking.
side.
On the left side?
Yeah.
Whereabouts on her face?
Shit, it looked like the whole side of it was blue.
Now, she's laying on her stomach. Is her face flat to the nose to the ground, or is she tilted one side or the other side?
Like, with her head sideways, like that.
So her right side's flat to the
Floor.
Was it carpet or tile? Do you remember?
Carpet.
How close do you think you were when you walked by? I mean, was she like far distant, or did you like have to step over?
Oh hell no, I didn't go that close.
Just asking. I wasn't there when you were there.
I didn't go that close.
Okay.
He wanted me to help move her to the bed, and I wasn't gonna do it.
Why do you want to do that?
I don't know. He said he wanted to put her in her bed.
What was his reaction to all this? That she was dead.
None.
I'm
Come in there eating a piece of pizza.
I told you I was always going to be direct with you, right?
Yeah.
Did y'all go in there thinking that you might have to kill her? Or that she might have to die?
No, we never talked about killing her.
Did you guys ever discuss what was going to happen if you didn't get anything?
Hell no, because I thought if I thought we wasn't going to get anything, we wouldn't have went over there.
Thought it was going to be your payday.
Yeah.
And I'm just coming out.
But you guys did discuss the fact that you're probably going to have to hit a lick to get some money.
Yeah.
So your intent to go over there was to get money from her and use force if necessary, correct? You wanted to scare her, right?
Yeah.
Okay, scare her into giving you the money.
Give you the combination to the safe that you knew.
I didn't know combination to the safe.
No, you wanted to get the combination because you knew there was a safe. And you knew her history with the inheritance and the money laundering and all that. That's what we're talking about. So,
and you knew better than Donnie did because you knew her for 20 years. Donnie never met her. You knew that there was a probably good chance that you were going to get money from that house. And you guys had talked about it before even breaking out. Hey, I know where I can get some money at Helen's house. And so Donnie's like, great, let's do it. You guys break out, get the vehicle, go over to Helen's house, you wake her up, you get her to let you in the house, and that's when you guys start forcing her for the money.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to force her for nothing until she started acting stupid. I smacked her one time on the top of the head.
Okay.
I knew her for 20 years. I couldn't hurt her.
Okay. But you called her a bitch before.
Oh yeah, I called her. She's a bitch, but I couldn't hurt no old lady.
okay. Do you consider her family?
Not really, no.
Even though your grandpa was
Married to her. They've been married.
How long were they married for?
18 years.
Did you ever live at the house?
I never lived there, but I'm my grandpa's favorite grandson. I used to go out there once a week and help him cut all the grass, and I built a privacy fence around it and painted the privacy fence and helped my grandpa build the pool house.
Did you ever live in the area though?
When I was a little kid, I used to live on
Down Key Road?
Old Stark Dirt Road.
Okay.
I used to live down, but when I was a kid, we moved from there when I was about 12.
So you know the area.
Yeah, my little brother lived out there on Fulton Road.
Fulton Road, just past the cemetery and all that.
Yeah.
Down on the left.
Yeah, my brother lived out there for a while.
So, you guys go to leave. You said you grabbed the purse at this time, right? What do you guys do once you go outside?
Took the car and left.
Okay. Who drove the Lincoln?
When we left the house?
Yeah.
I did.
Okay. So Donnie jumped in the truck. Obviously.
Yeah.
Now, and I'm just asking, did you pull straight out the driveway, or did you go drive around the house?
Drove around the house. He got in the Lincoln with me, and I drove him around there and let him out.
Do you remember which side you drove on? Whether it was the side towards Key Road or the side towards the
Key Road.
Okay. You drop him off, and how do you come out?
Right out Key Road.
Okay. So nobody went on the other side of the house? Nobody drove around on the other side of the house? Okay. Do you know how he came out? Did he come out on Key Road or on the other side of the house?
Right behind me.
Okay. Then where do y'all go once you leave the house?
Down the dirt road I used to live on. Old Stark.
And then what do you do there on Old Stark Road?
Donna drove the truck in the woods.
Okay. So when you guys leave off of Old Stark Road, who's driving?
What you mean?
Who's driving the Lincoln when you dump the truck?
I'm driving.
Okay. Remember how much gas was in the Lincoln?
Not really. I think about not very much. I quarter tank, less than a half, I think.
Do you notice what time it was?
No.
Okay.
Is there a clock on the dashboard?
Yeah, but I wasn't paying no attention.
How do y'all get out of Barden?
Shit, I drove down the dirt road all the way to the end of Barden Road and keep going straight.
Onto Hogarth?
Whatever comes out in Middleburg, whatever.
Okay, let me ask, because I know that area, and that's the only reason I'm asking. Like I said, he does. You go on Barden Road, the direction of Bud's Grocery and Barden Grocery, right? Alright, obviously you pass Bud's to drop it off, but when you come out of Old Start, you turn left on Barden, right? Past Cemetery and Barden Grocery. Turns into a dirt
There's
road.
big barbers, you know.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Dirt road, right?
Go all the way to the end and turn into dirt.
Now, remember there's that one connection where you can go towards the fairgrounds, but you keep going straight. When you hit the stop sign, after you've been on that dirt road for about 5-10 minutes, you hit a stop sign. That's Springbank. Did you keep going straight, or did you turn right on the paved road?
We stayed on the dirt road.
So you stayed on the dirt road till it dead ended into 16.
Yeah.
Okay. So that turns into Saunders Road. When you're in Penny Farms now.
Yeah.
On 16, which way do you turn? You turn in Penny Farms.
North.
So you turn left towards Middleburg. You turn right towards Green Cove.
Towards Middleburg.
Okay. You come through Penny Farms.
Yeah.
How far do you ride out 16?
We went to Jacksonville. We went to 103rd.
Okay. Step back. When you hit 16, which way do you turn?
I don't know. I know we went to 103rd in Jacksonville.
So you went up to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
To 103rd Street. Which way did you come out? 17 or Blanding?
Blanding.
Okay. So, and I'm just asking, because like I said, 16, you know that road 218, you can turn right at the flashing light, or you keep going straight through Penny Farms. Did you turn right once you were on 16, or did you go straight?
I don't even remember.
Okay.
Donna knew where we were going.
Okay.
But you were driving, right?
I was driving. He was just telling me which way to go. He used to live on 103rd.
So before you guys got up to 103rd, did you guys stop anywhere?
No.
Did you stop to get gas?
Not until Georgia.
Did you stop to check the credit card, see if it was still good?
No.
You didn't buy anything in Middleburg?
No.
The reason why I'm asking is we show a credit card purchase made on your grandma's credit card in Middleburg
What did it buy?
at a Kangaroo.
What did it buy? Gasoline? I don't think I stopped and bought gas until
Well, we've got you on video. I mean, that's all
I thought it was in Georgia, right on the other side of Georgia.
You did.
You did.
You bought gas in Georgia also. But you made a purchase on a credit card at a Kangaroo in Middleburg.
I know I bought gas with it 3 times, I think.
Okay.
Okay. You stop in Georgia, right? You remember what town you're in Georgia? Or you remember how you get from, let's go back. You're on 103rd Street. You're up in
Took
Jacksonville.
I-10.
So you got on I-10.
Took I-10 to
Do you remember which-
75.
Did you get on at 103rd and 295, or did you ride 103rd all the way out?
103rd and 95.
And 295?
Yeah, 295, and then
Okay.
got on I-10 or whatever
Okay. And you rode I-10 to what?
to 75.
And 75 northbound.
Yeah.
You don't remember what time or where you stopped at for gas?
Not really, man.
That's fine. Do you know what time it was when you stopped to get gas?
Fuck no, I know it was cold.
You getting up north. You getting out of the Florida warmth.
Who was driving when you went to get gas?
I drove the car the whole time down. Now, I drive better than Donnie. Better ask Putnam County Sheriff's Office. I done led them on some good high-speed chases. When I was a little kid, I was 15, 16, and led them on some good chases.
So you a good wheelman.
Ron Frank knows.
You a good wheelman, huh?
Yeah.
So
See any police from the time you left Alan's house up
A whole
to
bunch of them.
whole bunch?
Hell yeah.
What was the first one you saw? Do you remember?
I don't know. I know we had a state cop riding behind us in Georgia, riding right behind us on our ass. Motherfucker followed us for a long ways, and then I pulled off on the exit because I was tired of him following me.
what'd he do?
Kept on going.
So after you get gas in Georgia, where do y'all go? That we know of. Which way did y'all go, in other words? What route did you use to get up to?
Just took 75 to 75 to, I want to say it was either 125 or 175. Little road that goes through. It's a country road that shoots straight up through Tennessee.
Did you go through Atlanta?
Yeah.
Okay. I just, how'd you know how to get up there?
With a map.
Okay, where'd y'all get a map at?
She was in the glove box.
Oh, was it? Okay. What was it a map of? You know, was it just the southeast or specific states?
She was every state.
Okay.
A little pocket road atlas.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what? Where'd you say you got gas 3 times? Where'd you get gas at the 3rd time? You remember?
And I think in Tennessee.
In Tennessee.
No. No. No, we just last time we got gas was in Georgia, wasn't it? In the top end of Georgia.
Okay.
That's a long ass state.
Why'd you quit using the credit cards?
Shit, what I look like a dummy?
I'm just asking.
I wasn't gonna leave a trail leave a trail right where we went.
Well, how did
Threw that shit in the swamp.
you?
Hell yeah.
What'd you do with the bracelet, the earrings, and the rings?
Donnie sold them to some jeweler in Tennessee.
Had like a business?
Yeah.
What did he do? Did they have to fill out? How did he do it? Because did they not need this ID up there in Tennessee?
She wouldn't have no ID. They asked for ID. They took a picture of the tag.
Okay.
The Lincoln?
Yeah.
How much did y'all get for it all?
$100.
$100.
Was it a jeweler or a pawn shop?
It was a jeweler. It said fine jewelry on the business.
Do you remember what town in Tennessee?
Way up on the mountains. I don't know. It was on that little side. If I had a map, I could show you, but.
Okay. But we'll get you one. What happened when you got into Kentucky? Where'd y'all go?
To my aunt's house.
And do you know the name of the town?
Yeah, Thompsonville.
Okay. Did you know that's where she lived, or?
Yeah.
So what happened when you got into Tompkinsville?
I stopped at the store and asked the lady could I use the phone
Uh-huh.
in the phone book, and I called, talked to my Uncle Willie and
What's their names?
Lennon Willie Graves.
Okay.
I told him I was in Tompkinsville and asked him where they lived. And he told me how to get to his house, said he was going to be on the front porch waiting, but he wasn't. And when I pulled up in the yard, my Aunt Linda come out there and she was talking about, what have you done, or something. I said, I don't know. I said, what have you heard? She said, I heard you broke out of jail and I come up here. And I said, yeah. And then she kept asking me, what else did he do? What else did he do? And I said, what the fuck's wrong with you? My Uncle Willie come out of the house talking on the phone, and then he said, somebody, yeah, they're here. I heard him say, yeah, they're here. I said, you called the fucking cops? They said, yeah, I crumped the car up. I didn't say shit to him. I just crumped the car up and hauled ass. They surrounded us, the whole bunch of cops. There was a whole bunch of them motherfuckers.
They just didn't see you?
Man, it was all over the fucking place. It was all, yeah, they seen me turn down the road, but that Lincoln was fast.
Okay.
I went way the fuck back in the cow field. I don't even know where I was at. I was lost.
So at what point in time did you guys decide to ditch the Lincoln?
Right then.
What'd you do? How'd you get ride? How'd you get wheels next?
Shit, we went and stole something.
What'd you steal? You outside of Florida, so I'm just asking.
At first, an old ragged ass truck just to get out of the area.
You remember where it was at?
Yeah, right up by the church.
Still in Tompkinsville? Okay.
How did you get the truck?
Keys was in it.
Okay. Who drove?
I did.
Okay. Good news, the driver.
Wednesday? No, you broke out
Yeah,
Wednesday.
It was Wednesday night.
Still Wednesday, okay.
And then we got a red car. And then we parked and
Well, what happened to the truck?
Why'd y'all get rid of the truck?
I left it on the side of the road.
No, why'd you get rid of it?
Because it was about a 1981 or 82 Chevrolet truck, and it was junked out.
That's just a piece of, wouldn't have gotten anywhere with it.
Took 6 different times of cranking it and revving it up, trying to get the motherfucker to stay running.
You want something that was going to run and be efficient, huh?
Yeah.
So, you said you parked down on the side of the road?
Yeah. I'm trying to think what we did, but
Let me go back, and I don't mean to jump, I apologize, but when y'all got out of jail, y'all were in your blues, right?
yeah.
How'd you change clothes?
My grandpa's clothes
Where'd you get them from?
out of the closet at Helen's house.
So the clothes that you and Donnie are wearing, y'all got from Helen's house?
Yeah.
Those are your
My
grandpa's?
grandpa's clothes.
Okay,
What would
okay.
you do with your jailhouse blues?
Threw him in the creek in Georgia.
Remember where?
Not really. It was on some exit, some little country ass exit.
Had y'all stopped for gas in Georgia yet, or
Yeah.
it was after? Okay. Sorry, I just had to do that. You
I
said
was
something.
thinking the same thing.
You said something about a red car after the truck.
Yeah.
Where was that at?
I dropped Donnie off and he was checking all the cars, and then he jumped back in and I dropped him off, and he found that car with the keys in it.
Where was this at?
It's still in, I think it's still in Tompkinsville.
I mean, no, where were you at? A business, a house?
At the house.
Okay. So y'all got this car.
Yeah.
You still driving?
I was driving the truck. He followed me down the road, and I'm trying to think what we did with the truck. I know we just left it sitting somewhere.
Now, at this point in time, we're Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Have y'all slept yet?
No.
Y'all still running on and drowning?
Yeah.
Y'all eating? Y'all eating yet?
No. Not yet.
So,
Yeah, we did. Wednesday morning, we ate something.
where'd y'all eat at?
McDonald's.
After Helen's house?
Huh?
After Helen's house?
Yeah, I didn't eat shit at Helen's house.
So Donnie was the only one. Donnie ate some pizza. Where'd y'all stop to go do things like piss and do your bathroom business?
At the stores.
Stores?
Yeah.
Okay.
After we got that red car and we was driving, wasn't shit gonna happen in Kentucky. We didn't know where we was gonna go. And I parked that red car in an abandoned barn in Tennessee.
Okay. So you don't know where in Tennessee?
No, not really.
Were you on a highway or just...
Yeah, right off I want to say right off Highway 90. It was still in Kentucky, as a matter of fact. Right off Highway 90.
Okay. So, you've dumped the red car now. What do y'all do for transportation next?
We didn't dump the red car.
They said you dumped it in a
No,
barn.
we parked it down.
Oh,
to
I'm
go to
sorry.
sleep.
Oh, okay. My fault. How much did y'all get, you think?
Sleep?
Yeah.
I don't know, it was about 9 o'clock in the morning when I parked it. I slept till about 2, I guess.
So y'all got you 5 hours.
Yeah, and we woke up and then I'd already found the Tompkinsville station. And after we had been on that bullshit that happened last night, I said we're gonna listen to the station. As soon as I said it, I turned to the radio station, that motherfucker said, 2 escapees of Florida, Donnie Ray Brown, Timothy Wayne Fletcher, they went through a big long list of my tattoos, so we was wanted in Florida for first degree murder, home invasion.
I can tell right now there is no warrant for you for first degree murder, home invasion, or anything like that. There is no warrant. The only warrant that is in the system right now for you and Donnie is escape.
Well, I know what they said on the radio.
Okay, and I'm just telling you.
And they said that we was to be considered extremely dangerous, armed and dangerous.
Okay.
Did you guys have any guns at any point in time other than Helen's house?
Hell no.
Did y'all take any guns from Helen's house?
Yeah, that one.
Where's that at?
Don threw the motherfucker in the bushes when the cops was chasing us.
Up in Tompkinsville?
Yeah.
Okay.
How soon after you got away from your aunt and uncle's house in Tompkinsville did you realize that the police were like around you?
Shit, I knew because my Uncle Willie accidentally told me they were on their way.
Right. But I mean, was it 5 miles down the road?
Hell
Was
no, it was right down the road. I pulled out and gunned it. Right when I turned down the little side road, I seen blue lights coming, a whole bunch of them.
Alright, and when did Donnie throw the gun out the window?
Somewhere in the cow pasture.
Okay.
That y'all did, the cow pasture you mentioned earlier, you didn't know he
I
was
just
there.
got lucky and found the cow pasture.
Gotcha. So, you flip on the radio, you hear all your tattoos and all this other stuff they're mentioning. What do y'all are at this abandoned barn, right? What do y'all do next?
And we was coming to Florida. We decided we was going to come back to Florida.
Why is that? I'm just asking, I was not in the car with you guys, so I don't know what made y'all decide to come back to Florida.
Because that's the only place we know where people got money. That's the only place we would know where to get any money.
So y'all were to ask people for money, or y'all gonna do licks?
I was going to get it however I could get it.
Didn't matter whether people wanted to give it or you had to take it.
Yeah,
Okay. At what point in time did y'all get rid of the red car?
Wednesday night.
Where'd you get rid of that at?
It never left from where we was at. It's still in that barn.
Is it?
Hell yeah, I wasn't gonna drive that motherfucker. They said we was in a red
Oh, so they had it down, huh?
Alero. Yeah.
So how far did you guys have to walk from the barn to get your next car?
Right down the road.
How long? How many minutes?
You know, walking shit. We took the red car and then I just drove and then Donnie get out and was checking vehicles.
Okay. What did y'all find next?
A red truck.
A red truck?
Yeah.
What
Did
kind
you take the red car back to the barn and leave it?
Yeah.
Okay.
What? You don't work for the state's attorney here?
Yeah, I do.
Right here in Palaca?
Well, I work in St. Augustine, but we cover Putnam County, St. John's, Flagler, and Volusia.
Yeah, 7th District.
7th Circuit.
Sorry, yeah.
So you guys now, what kind of truck was it?
A little ragged ass Mazda
Okay.
B2200.
Are y'all still in Kentucky?
Yeah.
Okay. So where do y'all go once you have the Mazda? You take the red car back to the barn. Now you got the Mazda. Where do y'all go?
Tennessee.
Okay. Y'all driving. How do y'all pay for gas and stuff?
Yeah. The $100 that we got for the Marines.
Okay. You get money any other way? You do any licks
We
anyway?
found $40 inside of one car. And that's all the money we've had.
Okay.
Which car was it, do you know?
It was that red one.
The
Found
red
$40 clipped up in the visor. Shit, we drove all over the place all on just a little bit of money. And just got lucky with the good gas mileage cars.
So where did y'all stop anywhere when you were the Mazda?
No. It was stopped in a field and Sweetwater. I want to say Sweetwater,
Tennessee or Kentucky?
Tennessee.
Okay. What y'all do in the field?
Sleep.
Did you? How long did y'all keep the Mazda for?
That one night and the next day.
So now we're into
Thursday.
Thursday?
Yesterday.
So now we're into Friday. So you took that truck Thursday? Because Wednesday night, well, let's go. Wednesday night,
Got rid of the truck yesterday.
so you got rid of it. So Wednesday night was the stuff with Tompkinsville where you had the old raggedy ass truck and the Alero. So you kept the Alero into Thursday, right? So you got the Alero Thursday. When did you dump the Alero? Thursday night?
The same night, yeah.
So Thursday
The next
night.
night.
So Thursday night. So you get the Mazda Thursday night. And now you keep that till yesterday.
Yeah.
Where'd you dump the Mazda
Left it in the field.
at? In what town?
I want to say Sweetwater.
Sweetwater, Tennessee? Okay. Is that where you get your next ride?
Yeah.
Okay. What do y'all get?
A Mercury. Whatever the hell it was that y'all got today.
The green one.
Yeah.
Okay.
How'd you get that?
Keys was in it.
How far away from the Mazda was the Mercury?
We went riding. Donnie get out and go check the vehicles.
So like y'all had been doing. Okay. When did you guys make it back? You need some more? So you good?
Yeah.
Okay. When did you guys make it into Florida?
This morning.
How'd y'all come in?
Took 42. Got off of 42. Excuse me. At the bottom of Georgia and come in through Lake City. Lake City, Lake Butler.
So you came in on 100 into Putnam County.
Yeah.
What happened when you got into Putnam County?
What do you mean?
I mean, did you stop anywhere in Putnam County or did you drive straight down there to Huntington Shortcut?
I stopped in Putnam Hall.
What'd you do in Putnam Hall?
Smoked some dope.
Did you? How much did you get?
$20. The only $20 we had.
$20 rock?
They gave me more than $20, but
Okay.
did they call you and tell you that we was in Florida? Putnam Hall dudes?
Not that I honestly don't know.
How the hell did y'all know we was back in Florida?
You just told us.
Huh?
You told us that you came back into
That's
Florida.
what I'm saying. How did y'all know we was back in Florida today?
You talking about how did this mass response happen today?
Yeah.
Someone called. A citizen.
It's where at?
Right where we converged on.
There's a dude.
I don't know if it was a man. I was not. What it is I was the on-call detective this weekend, so I was at the office because the sheriff had said, hey, just like with his boss, the state attorney said, you don't get to go home this weekend because we're gonna find him. So that's what it boiled down to. So
We got away from y'all. If Duncan wouldn't have called his little brother.
good possibility. I'll be honest with you. Good possibility.
We was gone. We was gone, man. Duncan shouldn't have never.
But let me ask you a question. You know, you got caught, you know, over there in Pomona Park. What was y'all's plan? What were y'all gonna do?
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, why'd you come back? I'm just asking now. This is just curiosity now. What made y'all come back?
Where else was we gonna go?
Well, you just said we was fixing to get back out.
Yeah.
Why'd you come back in the first place? You'd made it this
Come get some
long.
money. I already told you that.
Did you have any idea where y'all were gonna go?
Oh yeah.
Where?
I ain't gonna tell you that, but yeah.
Why? You gonna do it again one day?
Hell no, I probably ain't never gonna see the streets again.
I was just asking. I didn't know if you had any idea of.
I already got 10 years. Already been sentenced to 10 years.
You going to Mexico?
Hell no. So what I'm saying is I probably ain't never get out of prison.
Well, I was just.
Where were you planning on getting out of today? I mean, where were you going to go?
I don't know. Wherever we could go. So anywhere other than here.
Okay. I was just asking, man.
I know the helicopter driver rode over, that helicopter flew right over the top of us about 7 times. Repeatedly flew right over the top of us.
Today?
Were y'all in trees?
Hell no, wasn't in no trees.
No, not like climb. I mean, were you running through,
I
like...
was diving under the bushes.
Well, I'll be honest with you, I've flown in a helicopter before, and it's not as easy as people think. It's not like me and you right here next to each other, so...
You got infrared in there?
Some do. I don't know if those did. I don't know.
That's all work during the day anyway.
How'd you... Picks up your body heat at night. How'd you rip the pants? Or were they...
Jumping a fence?
So you did those just a little while ago?
Yeah.
Where'd you get the boxers from?
I've been had them.
They allowed you to have those in the jail?
Yeah.
I thought it was wide only.
Sometimes you gotta be smarter than what you're dealing with.
Touche. I'll give them that. I like you. I ain't gonna lie. I like your artwork.
How many charges am I fixing to have?
Don't know right now, to be honest with you. What do you think you should be charged with?
What you think? You know the system.
Shit, escape? I don't know. I don't know what you're gonna charge me with, man.
The only thing I can 100% say right now is escape.
Yeah.
Let's be
You
honest.
fixing to charge me with murder? Accessory to murder? What you gonna charge me with?
That's a possibility.
Do you think, well, let me ask you this. Do you think Donnie should be charged with murder? You were there. We weren't. We showed up afterwards. You tell me.
kill him.
Okay, well, what do you think you and Donnie should be charged with? You think you should be charged with the same things?
I don't know. Y'all gonna do whatever you're gonna do.
Well, what do you think would be a fair charge for both of you?
I know. Why'd y'all think I did it? Them reporters out there asking me did I kill my grandma.
Because your grandmother's dead. It's your grandmother. Naturally, they're going to ask you. Okay? And Donnie was already taken away. So, we haven't had a chance to talk with Donnie. They may have asked Donnie the same thing. I don't know. But you were the one that, you know, was asked that even though it's not your grandmother, she's still some kind of kin to you. Okay? Even if it's through marriage. That's why they asked you, did you kill your grandmother?
Yeah.
Okay?
That's what that reporter said.
Were there any more questions you have for him?
Need some more water?
Yeah.
No, I don't have anything right now.
Okay. I do. That's why I was asking.
Okay.
Let me tell you what's going on. And I told you I was going to be straight with you and honest with you. Sometimes that's my downfall.
I do have some questions about the autopsy, but go right ahead.
And this is kind of what I'm involved with. You remember when I told you from the very beginning I was going to be straight with you? I wasn't going to bullshit you, I wasn't going to try and trick you, and we're going to talk to each other man to man. And I know Rich feels the same way I do. We used to work together years ago in a different thing. They have Donnie right now, just so you're aware, across in another room. And they talking to him. It's Merchant and I think somebody from state attorney's office, but basically we're doing both of you guys at once. What's being said by Donnie is, you the one that killed Helen. And let me explain something to you. You mentioned the fact that she was scratching and she was kicking. They said there are absolutely 0 marks on him, on Donnie. But I can look in your arm and you got scratches. Some of what, now hold on, before you say those happen from hopping the fence.
Hold on, look,
Those
all over the place.
Look, but they're healing. Those aren't fresh. You can see where they're already scabbing over.
That's not from no fingernails. That's not from no fingernails. You're gonna look at them and tell that it's not.
But they scabbing over, so they didn't just happen today. But I'm telling you, I told you I'd be honest with you and tell you what he's saying. And that's what he's saying. He's saying you're the one that brought your right arm around. You the one that wrenched it up there, not him. He's saying you're the one that killed Helen. And that's what they knocked on the door for, to have me come out and ask you. Okay? And I told you I'd be honest with you, and I told you I'd be straight up with you. And that's what I'm doing. I'm not going to try and pussyfoot around or give you some bullshit. I'm coming straight up to you and saying, this is what he's saying. He has no marks on there that would be considered defense wounds from her. And see, it's very simple. And he'll go into that a little bit of the autopsy. I was not there for it, but I can tell you what they did. I know they scraped the fingernails.
Okay.
So I know if she dug into somebody, their skin is going to be there. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that's true.
So, it'll be in there.
Okay.
Is there any reason why your skin or your DNA would show up under her fingernails?
It shouldn't be. I helped hold her down one time.
Okay, let's talk about that. When did you help hold her down?
When she was on the floor in the living room.
Before
I really don't even
say-
want to tell you everything that happened, to be honest with you.
Why not? Listen, you're looking at some serious stuff right now, and you know that,
Yeah.
okay? The more open and honest that you are, okay, can only work in your favor.
I didn't kill Helen. I swear to God on my dead mother, I did
Okay.
not kill Helen.
All right, that's fine. But you need to be honest with us and tell us every single thing that happened in that house. From the moment you guys drove behind that house to the moment you guys left that property. We need a step-by-step, play-by-play description of what happened in that house. And not piecing it around like this. This happened, then this happened, then this happened, then this happened, then this happened. That's what you need to tell us right now. That's the only thing that's going to benefit you in any way. To be honest. Like Doug said, the truth.
Yeah,
The
but-
truth is the only thing that we can work with.
Mr. Fletcher, you can't get in any worse trouble than what you're already in. Like I said, I ain't gonna tell you nothing different. You know, there's nothing you could tell us right now that's gonna cause you any more trouble. I'll be honest with you. I personally, and I know he don't give a shit that you stole a car in Tennessee, that you stole a car in Kentucky, that you got on a high-speed chase in Kentucky. I don't care. I was just doing it to get a timeline to figure out where you had been. I don't care that you were in Sweetwater, Tennessee, or that you pawned the jewelry in Tennessee. I don't care. My only really concern is what happened in the 300 block of Barton Road on Wednesday morning. That's it, and I think he's the same way. Okay? Like I said, but it's this fact that I personally looking at you and looking at your body language, I've been doing this 12 years. I know Rich has been doing it a little bit longer than me. You have told us, for the most part, what's happened, but you've left out a few of the details. A few probably very important details. And it does, I don't know if, and
To
I'm...
be honest with you, I kind of lied to you a little bit.
What about?
That she didn't let us in the house.
And that's
Okay.
and we know kind of about the chimney.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how we got in.
Right. We knew, but see, here's the thing. I personally wanted to get you locked into something. I also wanted to see if you were going to be, and like I told you, I'm going to treat you like a man when I say this. I was going to see if you were going to be a man and tell me the truth. Okay. We found things, obviously, with the chimney that we know. Okay.
Let's go back to, all right,
When you pulled up.
the escape. Were you honest with us about the escape?
Yeah.
Okay. Trying that Z71 when that was the first vehicle. Were you honest with us about that?
And then the
The van and then the truck.
Yeah, and then bust through the gate and drove to Barton.
And
Okay.
the route that you took is where you were truthful with us.
Yeah.
Were you truthful with us when you said you pulled on Key Road and then pulled behind the house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Parked the truck behind the dog kennels back there.
That's fine. That's what we're making sure that you have told us the truth on that. Okay. Skip the house part for a second. Were you honest with us when you said you jumped in the Lincoln and Donnie jumped in the truck and y'all took it to Old Stark Road and he dumped it in the woods?
Yeah.
Okay.
How did Donnie get out from behind the house?
He followed me.
Okay.
I took him and showed him where the road is.
Was the Lincoln parked front end in the carport?
Yeah.
Or was it backed in?
It was parked front end. Yeah.
Alright, so did you back it all the way out the driveway?
No, I backed out and drove through the grass.
Which side of the house?
The left side.
Okay. The reason why I'm asking is there are tire impressions that go around the right side of the house. I cannot tell you, I'm not a tire expert. Or a grass expert to tell you, based which way they lie, which way the tire went. But there are tire impressions that were not left by us that come around that right side of that house too. Do you know?
When did y'all find help?
A little after 3 o'clock, wasn't it?
Wednesday.
Yeah, we found her Wednesday around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It was a good little bit.
You guys had already...
There didn't nobody else, like her niece. Her niece lives right at the end of the
Your
road.
grandfather had been trying to call her all day, and he couldn't get a hold of her. And if I'm gonna be, what happened was when this first happened, we had found out about Helen, or actually your grandfather being a relative, and we knew that was an old address. And the deputy actually went to the address, but all the doors were secured, the windows were secured, so they didn't think anything of it. And it wasn't until we found stuff a little later that they forced entry into the home and they found Helen.
Found stuff later, what you mean?
About 3 o'clock is when they found out.
3 o'clock. They went back out there. They found out from your grandfather that he'd been contacting her all day. They couldn't get a hold of her, so they sent officers back out to the house. Couldn't get anybody to come to the door. Noticed the Lincoln was gone, which they didn't think of at the time. They forced entry into the home, and that's when they found Helen dead on the floor.
You guys are already in Georgia, probably hell north of Atlanta at this point in time.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Alright. But when you guys pull up to the house in the pickup truck, you go down Key Road, you make a right and pull in behind the house. Correct?
Behind the dog kennels in the very back.
Okay. So the truck, if I'm thinking correctly, the tail end of the truck is still towards Key Road.
Yeah.
And the front end of the truck is still, I guess, would be
In the bushes.
somewhat north,
Yeah.
facing north.
Facing towards Bud's.
Facing towards that big shed right next in the yard.
That's right next to that house that's abandoned. You might not know it was abandoned. That house that butts right up to the
Little
carport.
small house.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Now, when you back out of the driveway, you go to the left in front of the house.
Yeah.
Okay,
Past right in front of all that little shit she got out there in the yard.
okay. Because if you're looking at the house from Barton Road, okay, the house is like this and the driveway comes down this way, right? Okay. There's tire tracks that go around from the driveway, like midpoint of the driveway, around towards the back. Now, I don't know if they're coming from the back of the house out onto the driveway or coming from the driveway to the back of the house. Is it possible that when you back out and you go this way, you really went this way around the back of the house?
I don't know. I don't think so. I never drove around that way.
Are you certain that Donnie followed directly behind you, or did he maybe go around that way?
I don't know.
Okay.
I know he followed me down Barton Road.
And if you don't know, I'd rather say you don't know.
To be honest.
Don't make something up
Yeah.
just to fill in the space.
I don't remember driving around that side of the house.
Okay.
Okay,
That's fine. I'd rather hear you say I don't know or I don't remember than try and come up with something just to that's not accurate.
So explain to us how you and Donnie got into the house.
Through the little chimney thing.
Okay, what happened? You gotta talk us through it. How did you guys get up on the roof?
On the roof.
Did you get up on the roof or no?
Hell no.
Alright.
The chimney, where the chimney is inside, it's got a little place for you to stack your firewood.
Okay,
And instead of having to tote it all the way through the house, you could open that door and just put your wood right
Okay.
beside the fireplace.
And you knew about that already?
Yeah.
From from when your grandfather lived there and you being the favorite grandson.
Yeah.
So, how did...
who got into the house first?
I went in first.
Okay.
Because Donnie was acting, he wanted to go through the door. But I told him it was alright. And that fox, the fox or whatever was kind of in the way. I moved it and put it on the table. We went in and changed clothes first
Where's Helen at?
Where's Helen? Is she still
in
sleeping?
the bed.
She still sleeping?
Yeah.
Okay.
We went in and changed clothes first. And then I gave him the gun because I knew she was going to recognize me. So he went in and woke her up.
Where'd you get the gun from?
It was hanging over the top of the door, the bathroom door. It wasn't loaded.
Okay. Was it a pistol or a revolver?
Revolver.
Okay.
It's one of them old revolvers, 22. I don't know, it was some kind of a collector's edition. It wasn't really
What color was the gun?
black and gold. And the cylinder was gold, and it had a little gold rod on the bottom of it.
Okay, what about the handle?
It was wooden.
Okay.
The gun looked brand new, but it was old. There was something on the side of it that said something about 1850 or some shit.
Okay.
But I knew she was going to recognize me, so I couldn't go in there and try to rob her. And I tied the shirt around my face.
Where'd you get the shirt from?
The shirt I left here with. I tied my t-shirt around my face.
White t-shirt or
Yeah,
blue
white-
t-shirt?
A white t-shirt.
White t-shirt, okay.
I already had these clothes on though.
Okay.
And I tied the white t-shirt around my face. The only thing you could see was my eyes. But Donnie went in first, had the hat pulled real far down on his head, and he woke her up.
Where do you get the hat from? From inside the house?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it a baseball hat or like a fishing hat?
It was the Atlanta Braves hat.
Okay.
It was one of my grandpa's hats.
Did you have a hat?
Yeah, John Deere hat.
Okay. Green
Yeah.
with the yellow trim.
Yeah.
Where's that hat at?
Donnie's wearing it now.
Where's the Atlanta Braves hat?
He said he lost it. I have no idea.
Okay.
About the next day he lost that hat.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
He wore my hat to go across the street when we first got back out to the train tracks today. He went across the street to try to use the phone in somebody's house, and nobody was home. He was trying because I know that man recognized us from out of the newspaper.
Let's get back to the house. So, you two are in the house, you change your clothes, you put the t-shirt over your face, Donnie pulls the Atlanta Braves hat down.
Yeah.
He's got the gun that you gave him.
Yeah.
Okay. And what happens next?
He walked in the room and said, "Hey lady, wake up."
And where were you?
Standing in the hallway right by the door.
How far behind Donnie were you now?
I was out of the room. Donna was all the way beside the bed. He told me not to come in until he said, "John, come in," because he was going to tie her up.
Why did he say John? Just so he wouldn't use your real name?
Hoping she wouldn't recognize me.
Okay.
But
So how far were you from Donnie when he starts going in the room, you said?
I stood in the hall, just outside the door. The door's on the right. I was standing right at the edge of the door. I could see her, but I couldn't see him whenever he walked in the room.
Okay.
I could see her on the bed.
All right, go on.
And he woke her up. He said, "Wake up, lady."
Was he pointing a gun at her?
Yeah, right at her face.
Okay.
He said, "Wake up, lady." "Hey, wake up, lady." He got a little bit louder. And then I guess that's when she woke up and he told her. She didn't say nothing.
Were the lights on or off at this point?
Off. It was all off. He said, "This is a stick up. Roll over and you'll be alright." And she sat up and she said she was frightened. She started screaming.
What did she say?
She started screaming that she was frightened.
What was she saying?
"I'm frightened."
I'm frightened or I'm
Yeah.
scared?
No, she said, "I'm frightened."
Okay.
Because he kept telling her to lay down, lay on your stomach.
And what was she saying?
That she was frightened. And then she said, "Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?" And Donna said, "Because I have to feed my kids." And then she started saying something about, "You have kids?" She was making up all kinds of. She was asking us if we let her cats out. That's when she asked, "Did you let my babies out?" And then he argued with her for a minute, and then he said, "Come here, John." And I come in, and I kind of pushed her down on the bed and tried to tie her hands with a piece of cord. Tried to tie her hands.
Where the cords come from?
From out of the closet.
Had the phone been pulled out yet?
Donna snatched it out. He ripped it out. Or didn't. I don't even think he ripped it all the way out, I don't think.
What did he do that for?
So, I don't know.
Okay.
Where was the phone that he ripped out?
On the floor. Oh, it was in the
Yeah.
bathroom. It was not in the bathroom, in the bedroom on the little table right by our bed.
In Helen's bedroom? So before he woke up, he ripped the phone out?
No, it was after I tied her hands. And then he said, "What's in the safe?" She said, no, he said, "Just cooperate and won't nothing happen." And he told her, "I swear to God that there won't nothing happen to you if you'll just do what we say." And she was fighting and arguing the whole time.
What do you mean by fighting?
She didn't want to be tied up.
Okay.
But you tied her up?
Yeah, I tied her hands behind her back.
Okay.
And then
Was she sitting up in the bed when you did that, or was she down, face down in the
she was
bed?
sitting up. I grabbed her by her shoulder and put her arm behind her back.
Right arm, left arm?
Her left arm.
So you pull her left arm behind her back?
Yeah, and pushed her shoulder down to the bed. And then I grabbed
Left
the
shoulder, right shoulder?
that shoulder.
Down to the
Same way
bed?
a police do you.
Okay. And what'd you do with her right hand?
I grabbed it too.
Behind her back?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I tied it. I thought I tied it.
What kind of a cord was it, you said? You got it out of the closet?
I think it was a telephone. It was a telephone cord.
So you didn't get it out of the closet?
Oh yeah, it come out of the closet.
Okay.
We got the telephone cord sitting right up on top of the shelf now. She was sitting on the exit in Georgia.
How could y'all see? It was dark.
I cut the light on in
Oh,
the
did
back.
you?
Yeah, I showed Donna the safe. And everything before we ever woke her up.
Oh, so y'all had turned the light on in the house.
You gotta go
Step by
step by step. What you guys did first, then second, then third, not first, then 15th,
No,
then
when we
third.
came through the chimney, we went directly into the little bathroom and the closet right there. We went in,
Where the safe is.
shut the door to the bathroom, and I cut the light on in the closet.
Okay.
We changed clothes. I grabbed a gun first. I gave it to Donnie while we was in there with the light on. Because we'd already planned it, that he was going to do it because that she knew me. But we did not say that we was going to kill her. We didn't plan.
Okay.
We didn't have intentions on her dying.
But the intention was robbery.
Yeah, and
Okay.
the intentions was to leave her tied up
Okay.
and wait a couple of days, and we was going to call and say that somebody needed to go check on her or something. That was the original plan.
Okay. And this is something you guys planned while still in the jail cell?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we
Did
talked-
you knew that the gun was going to be in the house, and you were going to use the gun while you guys were in the jail cell?
Oh yeah. Well, I knew my grandpa got guns on the wall. And,
Okay.
And he got a gun cabinet in there, but there wasn't none in the gun cabinet.
So this plan to use the gun, you guys made this plan up or talked about it while you're still in the jail cell?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so now you're in the house through the door by the fireplace.
Went into
You get the gun,
closet. Yeah,
Go
grabbed
in
the
the
gun,
closet.
went in the closet.
change your clothes, show them where the safe is, and now what happens? The safe's in the same closet you guys are in when you got the clothes from?
Yeah.
Okay.
We went to the bedroom. We stood outside for a minute. He kept looking at me. I guess he was boosting his stuff up. Told me that he'd never done nothing like this before. That's when he went in and he told her, "Wake
Give him a
up."
pat on the back and say you'll be all right. Go do it.
No, hell no. He patted him on his back. I was scared too.
Okay.
But he went in. He said, "Hey lady, wake up. Hey lady, wake up." She sat up. He told her to roll over. He told her to roll over on her stomach. Wasn't nothing happening. And then she sat up and started screaming at I think she asked him, "Who are you? Who are you?" And then she said she was frightened. She said it about 4 times. "I'm frightened. I'm frightened."
Did she ask for God, like, God, please don't hurt me? Please don't hurt me, God, please don't hurt me, anything like that?
No. No, he started promising her that he wasn't going to hurt her
Okay.
as long as she just listened to what we said. So then she seen me. She said, "Who's with you?" And he said, "My buddy John." And she said, "Y'all didn't let my babies out, did you?" Talking about her cats. And Donna kept telling her to lay on her stomach, and she kept wanting to get off the bed. She said she had to get up, that she was frightened, and she needed to get up. So that's when he called me in, and that's when I pulled her arm behind her back and pushed her down on the bed. And I tied her hands, and I thought
Where did you get the cord from?
in the closet.
Where you got the clothes from?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So you already had it when you went in the bedroom?
Yeah,
Okay.
I already had it in my hand, doubled up in the hallway.
Okay.
And
How did you wrap the cord around her hands? Do you know? Can you describe that?
I wrapped it around one hand first. I wrapped it all the way around the wrist, and then I wrapped it all the way around the other wrist, and then I spun it between the two of them, tried to wrap it tight.
Okay.
I thought I had it tied good, and when I let go of her, she rolled back over, and Donnie asked her, where was the money at? She said she didn't have any.
So she rolls back over. Is she sitting up now in the bed, or is she on her back? On her stomach?
She sat back up. When I let go of her, I backed up, and whenever I let go of her, I backed off.
Okay, so she's hands behind her back, and she's sitting up in bed now.
Yeah.
Are her feet on the floor,
No.
or her feet are in the bed
In
still?
the bed.
Okay.
She said she didn't have no money. She said, "I think I got $40 in the house." Don said, "What's in the safe?" She said, "I don't have a safe." He said, "Don't lie, I already seen it. We've been in the house before." And she kept saying she didn't have no money. She didn't have no money. And she kept wanting to get up out of the bed, and Donna kept telling her to lay down. Well, her hands come untied. I didn't have it tied, but her hands come untied. And when it did, she pulled her hands around front. She was trying to get off the bed. She wasn't listening to. She didn't want to listen. So he stuck the gun against her head, and he pushed her back down to the bed. And then I pushed her down to the bed and said, you better fucking listen. We don't want to hurt you, just you better fucking listen. So.
Did she recognize you at this point?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't think so. But I'm pretty sure she kept looking at my tattoos.
And you've had these for some time?
Said, you know, I got them while I was in prison. She knows my nickname's Tank.
Okay.
But I was trying to keep it hid. I don't know if I kept it hid or not. Anyways, we argued with her.
What are you guys saying? What is she saying? What are you guys saying?
Where's this? We wanted to know what the PIN number was to her credit card. She said she didn't have no PIN number to her credit card.
Did you guys already have the credit card, the pocketbook, all that stuff?
Yeah, we already had it. I picked it up and took it back into the bathroom before we went to the room.
Okay.
I already had her purse in the closet on top of our blues. And
So before even waking her up, you already had a pocketbook. You knew that she had a credit card in there. Yes?
Yeah.
You knew that there were car keys in there?
Yeah.
There were car keys in there. Okay. What else was in the pocketbook? Did you have time to look through the pocketbook?
No. I looked through it a little bit enough to see that there was, I think it was $37.
Okay.
And there was a platinum, I want to say platinum plus credit card or platinum gold or whatever the hell it was, some kind of credit card. And
What bank was it on? Do you remember?
SunTrust.
SunTrust?
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, SunTrust. I think.
Anything else you can remember being in the wallet or in the pocketbook?
Yeah, it was a Lowe's card, 2 Lowe's cards, a Home Depot card, a Social Security card.
Some people carry like
There was a bunch of little.
rosary beads or carry a little pocket Bible, anything like that in the purse?
No.
Okay.
No. Anyways, we're in there arguing with her.
Okay, yeah.
She said she needed her glasses. When she got up out of the bed, Donnie had already told her not to get out of the bed. She jumped out of the bed. She said she needed her glasses. So Donnie pushed her back down against the bed.
This is the second time he's pushing her down?
Yes.
Okay.
And then this time, Donnie took the gun and sat on the dresser right behind him and was holding her down.
How was he holding her down?
I don't.
Oh, come on now. How was he holding her down?
He was forcing her down. He was
You're doing good up to this
Like,
point.
where were his hands?
around her neck and her chest area. He had her shoved down on the bed and kept telling her. He said, "Bitch, this ain't how it works."
Down here or up here?
Up close to the neck. He was holding her.
How were his hands? Show me his hands. Here, let me see this. Show me how his hands were. Oh, I ain't fixed to grab their balls.
Say this is her neck. All right, my arm is her neck. How are his hands? One hand or two hands?
He had one hand on her neck and one hand on her chest. He was pushing her down on the bed
Okay.
where she couldn't move.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't like he was trying to choke her or nothing right then. He was just pushing her down on the bed. So I grabbed the gun off the dresser.
Now, let me ask you a question. Okay. So, is he standing next to her pushing her, or is he got a knee on top of her pushing her down? How is he doing it?
He was all the way on top of her.
Okay.
He was putting her phone.
Oh, yeah, sure, no problem. Let me know when you want some more.
So he's like,
Holding her down.
his body's on top of her body, holding her down in the bed.
And she was kicking her legs.
And what's he saying to her?
That this ain't how shit works. So I grabbed the gun and stuck it against her leg real hard. And I said, "You better fucking stop moving." I said, "You better stop moving your fucking legs, or else I'm gonna shoot you in them." She quit moving her legs. We took her to the safe. She said she needed her glasses. So Donnie took her back there, so she could go get her glasses. And that's when she tried to use the bathroom, and I wasn't in there. He told me that she was hitting the hair dryer. I don't know if she did or not. He told me that because he screamed for me. I come back and I heard him.
So he screamed John?
Yeah.
Or he screamed
He
Timmy?
was screaming. He was screaming John. So I come back in there. He said the bitch hit me with the fucking hair dryer. said, I can't believe that bitch just hit me with that fucking hairdryer.
And what is she doing at this point?
She was fighting and kicking the whole time.
Okay.
She never did, she was fighting and kicking the whole time. She calmed down one time when she opened the safe, when she finally got it open.
Alright, so I'm sorry, we're jumping ahead. You guys bring her to the safe first time. She says she needs her glasses.
She kneels down and starts playing with the safe, and then she said she needed her glasses that she couldn't see. So that's when they took her back in there. I stayed in there. I was looking at the little paper, and I was trying to figure out how to, I couldn't get it to open.
So you're trying to tumble her also, the dial?
Yeah,
Okay.
I tried to get it to open.
Mm-hmm.
So they're yelling. I come back in. He was yelling, John, come here, John, come here, John. Told me that she hit him with a damn hairdryer. So she gets her glasses. That's when she tried to go to the bathroom. He said she tried to slam the door. He said he pushed the door open. She hit him with the hairdryer. So he had her pinned to the bed again,
okay,
with a pillow over her face. Had her pinned to the bed.
And what is she doing?
She was fighting. She was fighting. She never did quit fighting.
And what are you doing when he's got the pillow over her face?
I didn't do nothing. I told her to quit.
She
And
can't
then
hear you.
we
She's
both
got the pillow over her face. And
she heard. She heard. She was scared when both of us was in there. She acted different than when just one of us was around.
All right.
So we took her back in there. She got down on the floor.
Oh, hold on. He's got the pillow over her head. Is he on top of her again?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had her pinned to the bed. He said.
What did he say to her?
He was talking to me, telling me that he said the bitch hit me with a hairdryer.
Okay.
So
How did things calm down to get her up off the bed?
he snatched her up off the bed, and I was standing in front of her, and then we both walked her. We both.
Did anybody smack her in the head up to this point?
No.
Okay.
So we take her in there. She opens the safe. She pulls all her papers.
Where did she
out
get the combination from?
from up under the bottom drawer in the room right across from hers.
Okay.
In the little, it's like a wick.
She obviously had that the first time you guys bring her in, because you tried the combination also.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she opened the safe. She pulled all the papers out. She said, "Please don't mess them up." She stacked it all up and had it in her own little way. Donnie started going through the papers. Me and Donnie both was going through it, looking at it to see what was in there, trying to see if there was any money in there.
What were some of the papers? I mean,
It was tax papers. There was a big. It looked like a check, but I don't think it was a real check. For $789,000. I think it was $789,000, and
that was a cashier's check.
it was a cashier's check.
Anybody could have cashed that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. If they had taken it, anybody could have cashed it.
we did take it. We took everything that was in the safe,
Okay.
but went through the paper. There was nothing in there. So Donnie pointed the gun at her. He said, "Where's the money?" She said, "I told you I don't have any money." She said, "I got money in my purse." And then that's when we told her the purse was, I guess she didn't see it when she came in, because all her clothes was pushed beside the hot water heater right there. Yeah, the hot water. It was all pushed right there, all our blues, and we was both barefooted when we was in there. So we showed her that we had the purse and said we already got the money out of there. She got up and
You let her up or she got up?
she got up. We didn't tell her to get up. She got up. I don't remember what she did. She did something and Donnie grabbed her. And he had her pushed down. He was on top of her back and he had her pushed down. And he told me he was going to kill her.
What were his exact words?
I'm going to kill her. He didn't say it loud. He mouthed it to me. He said, I didn't say nothing. I just looked at him funny because I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking, but he grabbed her and tried to choke her.
How did he grab her?
He grabbed her with both hands and was trying to choke her, and he was
Did he have her neck
yeah,
in his elbow like that?
yeah.
Okay.
And he said it wasn't working. He let her go. We let her up. And then when we was walking in the thing, he grabbed her and she started fussing and fighting, and then I smacked her in the head. I smacked her about 3 times, I think.
Who won?
With my hand. Open hand. I didn't hit her with nothing, I hit her with my
Right.
hand.
Where on her did you hit her on these 3 times?
Once on the side of, I think once on the cheek,
Mm-hmm.
and then twice back up here, top,
Okay.
back on the side of her head. And
Hold on one second. When you mentioned just a minute ago, Donnie had her down, and he said, he mouthed to you, "I'm going to kill her."
he was on her back.
He was on her back.
Yeah.
Okay. Is she on her knees or is she laying flat?
He pushed her down. Her feet was up on her, and her knees was drawed up into her chest. She was balled up, you know,
Okay.
like in a fetal position kind of.
Okay.
But
She's almost
but
like sitting on
upright.
the floor,
Yeah.
and okay,
With
with her
her
knees up into her chest, like.
Drawed up.
Okay. And he's pushing her down from the back, and he's got her around the neck, around the throat with his arm.
Yeah.
Okay. And is he cranking up on it?
Yeah, he crunk up on it,
Okay.
and he tried to choke her for. A couple minutes he was trying to choke her.
What is she doing? When he's got her like that, what is she doing?
She wasn't doing nothing. She was just getting choked. Don had her.
I mean, what's she doing with her hands? Is she trying to scratch him, hit him, an elbow, anything?
No, I don't think she was trying to do nothing right then. She was trying to stop him from choking her.
Okay. And what were you doing?
But I stood right there. I just stood right there.
Were you cheering him on?
Hell no, I wasn't cheering him on. I was watching.
Were you saying anything?
No, I didn't say nothing.
Did you try and get him to stop? Say, hey, leave her alone?
No.
There ain't no money?
No.
You didn't do anything?
No.
Okay.
Even though he mouthed you, "I'm gonna kill her."
Yeah.
You watched him kill her.
He didn't kill her. He didn't kill her right then.
Well, what happened?
He let her up and we was walking out, and that's when,
Walking out to where?
you know, out there into the
So this all was going on in the closet?
closet.
Okay.
We walked out into the den, and that's when I smacked her. That's when I smacked her.
The 3 times.
Why did you smack her?
Because she was being ignorant.
Okay.
How so?
If she wouldn't have been being like that, she wouldn't have never got hit or nothing. She was being,
How was she being ignorant and being stupid?
and she was ready to fight. She wanted to fight. She didn't want to just over $37. All she had to do was just be quiet and give up the $37 and say what the PIN number is to her credit card, and she'd have just got tied up and left.
Okay.
Donna,
She told you the truth, basically, because
she did.
there was no money in there but the $37, and there was no PIN on the credit card. But go on.
That's when Donna was choking her. After I hit her, he got on top of her and was choking her.
What do you mean he got on top of her?
Hold on, hold on, I skipped the part. When she walked out of the room after Donnie had been choking her, I did grab her one time around her neck and was holding her. And Donna grabbed her feet and pulled her feet out from under her. And when she did, she was clawing at me too now. She did claw at me.
Is that where those came from?
That's where that one scratch right there come from.
Where did all these come from?
Running through the bushes.
Okay.
That one right there, that one, I don't know where that one come from. That one ain't from no fingernails though, I know that.
So she did scratch your arm.
She scratched me once, but then it shouldn't be. I bet it ain't. I don't think it's up under there. Donna said he cleaned her fingernails.
All right, we'll get to that in a second. So you got her around the neck now. He pulls her feet up. She reaches up, scratches you one time. Now what happens?
That's when I let her go, and that's when I smacked her. Was after I let her go.
Did she drop to the floor because he had her feet up, or did you just lay her down? You said you let her go.
Yeah.
Okay, did you just let her go and she drops? Cause
No, I put her on the ground.
okay, you laid her down.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she tried to get up, and that's when I was smacking her on the top of the head.
Would
Okay.
you smack because she was getting up or because she scratched you?
I was mad because she scratched me, but because she was getting up.
Did you say anything to her when she scratched you?
I called her a bitch.
Okay.
The adrenaline still pumping?
Yeah, it was pumping. Yeah, it was pumping. But I wasn't gonna kill her. I've been knowing her 20 years. I wouldn't kill my grandpa's wife.
You're not opposed to smacking around though a little bit.
Yeah, I smacked her. That bitch clawed. She clawed me, and
Because you're choking her.
I don't think I was choking. I wasn't choking her like Donnie was. I didn't.
Let me tell you something. You remember when he did that to me?
Yeah.
My face was, you probably see how big my face was turning red. And he wasn't even trying to hurt me. But you don't realize what you're doing, your adrenaline's pumping. And your buddy, Donnie, just had already mouthed you.
I'm gonna kill her.
Yeah. But I wasn't.
And go ahead.
I wasn't gonna kill her.
Alright, so you have her around the neck.
Yeah.
Donnie picks her feet up.
He was trying to pick her. He had one leg all the way off the ground, and was trying to get the other one. And she was kicking.
She's fighting for her life.
Yeah, she was kicking.
She's fighting for her damn life.
How old was she?
66.
66-year-old woman. It ain't like you and me, or me and Rich, or you and Rich going at it. Men who are still young enough to be able to handle themselves. 66-year-old woman. I don't care, as you call her, if she was a bitch. She didn't deserve it. For $37.
You don't think I regret it? I've been thinking about what happened that night. Me and Donnie, every time I say something to Donnie, he said he's gonna bring it up to him.
Well, you know what? After we're done here, okay, if it's all right with Doug, I'll leave you with a pen and a pad, and you can write down how sorry you are for it. It's up to you. You don't have to if you don't want to. I'll give you that opportunity, though.
Let me tell you something. This is eating up your grandpa. Because he loved you. Look how many times you know, he bailed you out of jail, or he was there. You realize you were the last person, he was the last person you talked to in jail on that Tuesday?
Yeah, I called him and told him I loved him.
Grandpa, I just called to tell you I loved you. Oh, I heard the phone call. And that was genuine what you said. You loved him.
You can write an apology letter to your grandpa and anybody else you want to. It's up to you. I'll give you that opportunity.
We'll let you do it from right here.
But I didn't kill Helen.
But you feel bad, right?
Yeah, I feel
Okay.
bad.
You
Yeah, I feel bad because what I should have did was I should have stopped it, but
Okay, but go on. Now, we're at the point now where
she's on the ground and I
she's
smacked
on the
her.
ground, you smack her a few times.
Yeah.
All right?
And now he's on top of her.
She was laying on her back and he got on top of her and put his knees on her arms and had her with both hands was choking her.
So she's facing away.
She's laying on her back.
He's like this. On top of her?
Yeah.
With her head, with her nose in the carpet.
No.
She's on her back.
She was facing up.
Oh, she's on her back.
Yeah.
So he's almost like sitting on her stomach with a knee on each.
With a knee on each. It was on her arms down there. Her hands was just barely sticking out from under his knees.
Okay, so she's on her back.
His knees are on her forearms,
Yeah.
so she can't
Okay,
move.
but her forearms was out. They was up.
Okay, all
Like
right.
this.
No. I can't show you.
She's on her back like this, and he's got his knees here and here.
Is he on her chest?
But her hands was kind of out,
Okay.
and he had his knees right here,
By her elbows.
yeah,
On both sides.
Okay.
on both sides,
All right.
and he was choking
And
her.
he's got his hands around her neck, right here.
And she,
One hand or two?
both.
Okay. And what's he doing?
He's choking her.
What's
What's
he saying?
He didn't say nothing. She started kicking her legs, and I held her legs down.
What was she saying? Did she say anything?
She was trying to say something.
What was she trying to say?
I don't know. You couldn't tell. She
What kind of noises was she making?
was being choked.
All right, well, what did the noises sound like?
She was choking.
Okay. How did you hold her legs down? Did you sit on them?
No, I just pushed them down with my hands.
Right. I'm trying to play. What are you doing?
I just pushed her leg.
Right at her knees?
I
So I'm trying to play, and you just,
I grabbed her by her knees and put all my weight on
on both, with your hands or your body?
with my hands.
Okay.
So I pushed her to the ground, and then I helped him hold her down for about a minute, at least a minute.
He's still choking her.
Yeah, he was choking her.
Is he saying anything? Anything to you?
No,
Anything? He's not saying John this, John that, or
no.
accidentally slipped your name, or he's not saying nothing to her?
No, he was constant. He was just choking her. He wasn't saying nothing. He was just choking
Were
her.
his arms, how were his arms?
He was.
Was he shaking her?
No, he was.
Were his arms straight and just where you could see the veins, or what was he doing?
He just had her by her neck with both hands. He told me when I asked him about it after everything happened. He said he was pushing his thumbs into a windpipe trying to crush her, and that she was still breathing. He said that he couldn't choke her out. So I held her legs down, and then she kind of stopped moving a little bit. She quit fighting. So I let her go, and that's when I went back into the room and got the rings. When I come back in, he was still, when I went and got the rings, I come back to the living room, he was still choking her.
How long did it take you to get the rings? Don't say 10 minutes.
No. About just a minute or two. I went in there, found the rings, it was in a little heart-shaped jewelry box thing.
What'd you put the rings in?
I kept the whole thing. I left them, I brought it with the whole case and everything.
The whole heart jewelry box and all?
Yeah.
What sounds is Helen making now when you come back out there?
When I come back in, she was snoring.
What do you mean? What does it sound like?
It sounded like she was snoring.
I mean, that's exactly what she sounded
But
And he's still got his hands around her throat.
no, he let her go. He said that he couldn't kill her like that.
Okay.
So he said, watch her, make sure she don't get up. So I stood there and watched. She was laying on her side now.
Right side or left side?
On the right side, not all the way. She was on her side. She was snoring. It sounded like a grown man snoring.
like? Just always sounded that way?
Huh?
It just continued the sound you made?
Yeah, she was snoring. That's what it sounded like. She was.
Were you looking into her eyes?
They was closed. She was asleep.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess it just.
Do you really think she was sleeping? Or what do you think?
I don't know. I ain't never seen nobody get choked that bad. I know she was snoring. She was.
I'm asking your opinion. I mean, he choked her for a couple minutes. What do you think happened?
She went limp because you were holding her legs.
Yeah.
And she went limp.
Yeah, but he said she was still breathing.
But what did
she
you
was.
think?
She was snoring.
And when he left and you said watch her,
She wasn't dead.
she moved?
No, she didn't move. She was just snoring.
Okay.
And her eyes were closed.
Her eyes was closed.
Okay.
She wasn't moving.
Did you really think she was sleeping? I'm asking.
To be honest with you, I don't know what the body does.
Alright, keep going.
So I stood there and watched while he went in the kitchen.
What did he do in the kitchen?
He come back with a big gallon Ziploc bag.
For what?
He put it over her head and tied a phone cord around her neck.
Okay.
He put the bag over her head and then tied the phone cord to hold the bag tight.
Okay. And then what happened? Did you see the bag expanding and contracting or anything?
No, it was small. It was smoking, like,
Fogging up?
yeah,
Okay.
What were you doing?
nothing.
You were just watching? Or what'd you do? Did you help?
Hell no.
You didn't hold her down? You
I
didn't?
didn't have to. She was snoring. She wasn't moving. All she was doing was snoring. That's all she was doing was snoring.
Look, go ahead.
He pulled a little plastic bag over her head and tied that damn thing. And I watched him do it, but I didn't stand there and watch the whole time. I went back in her room and was searching, and that's when he come back in and told me she was dead, and he had a piece of pizza in his hand.
Just so you know, that's exactly how Donnie says they ended up finishing killing her. With the bag over her head.
What'd you guys do with the bag afterwards?
It's in Georgia at a little.
I mean, did you take the bag off of her?
I didn't. Hell no, I didn't.
He did?
Yeah, he took it off.
Why? I don't understand.
He wanted me to put her in the. He wanted me to help him put her in the bed.
Okay.
Why do you think you wanted to do that?
I don't know. I guess he thought somebody would think she died in her sleep or something.
Alright, so who took the bag off her head?
Don did.
Who unwrapped the phone cord from around her neck?
He couldn't get the phone cord untied. I helped him untie the phone cord from around her neck.
Where did the phone cord come from?
From out of the closet. It was the same one that I had used to tie her hands up.
Okay.
It was the same one.
So now, he says, watch her. Okay. He disappears. Where did he go?
He went in the kitchen.
Okay.
He wasn't in there for long. He come back in with the Ziploc baggie.
Alright. Who got the phone cord?
He did. He come in with the Ziploc baggie and the phone cord.
But
So,
it's the kid.
Is that 2 phone cords now? Because you had the one tied around her hand.
That's the, no, she wasn't tied up at this time.
But that one was left in the bedroom, I thought. In her bedroom.
That's where it should have been. He must have went and got it from out of there. I know he went in the kitchen. I was watching her. She was snoring. I don't know. I don't know why she was snoring. I guess.
It's a reflex that the body does.
I don't know. I know she sounded like a grown man snoring.
She wasn't snoring, just so you know.
It's called a gonal reflex.
She was already dead.
She was on her way out if she wasn't dead already. You ever cut a worm in half or cut a head off a snake and the body keeps going?
Yeah.
Okay, it's something along those lines. You're already dead, but your body's still, you know.
Thank you.
Well, preliminary cause of death on the medical examiner, okay, and this is just preliminary, okay, his report's not finished, okay, but manual strangulation, okay, and she had 3 purple ovoids or spots on her throat, one here, one here, one here, which would indicate what you said, the hands. He's pushing with his 2 thumbs, pushing her right here. You can hear my voice change, right?
Closing the windpipe.
He's trying to crush the windpipe. Okay.
He tried to break her neck too while we was in the closet, and he had her pinned down.
Had to try breaking her neck.
After he choked her and he let her go because he couldn't choke her. He said that she was still breathing. He didn't say that then, but we've talked about it since that happened.
What is he saying?
He told me, he mouthed to me he was going to break her neck. And
I thought he'd mouthed to you, I'm going to kill her.
No, I'm talking about after that.
Oh.
No,
After
you
he
never
said-
said that before.
Yeah, after he said he was going to kill her and he tried to choke her.
Mm-hmm.
After he quit choking her then, he told me he was going to break her neck, and he grabbed her and he tried to break her neck, but he couldn't do it.
How did he try breaking her neck?
He grabbed her head and
So you have one arm underneath?
no, he grabbed her chin and her head and tried to.
Like twist it?
He was trying to break her neck. Yeah.
Okay.
He said the movies make it look easy, that it's not hard, or that it's not easy.
Well, she's got some trauma to her chin and her eye. Okay.
That's probably from me smacking her.
Probably from you smacking her. She's got some head trauma up in this area too. Okay, possibly from you smacking her. Did anybody smack her head against anything?
No.
I mean, when she's got her feet raised up and you're holding her by the neck, did you drop her and maybe she landed on her head? Or did you
I didn't sit her down. I kind of just
drop her after she
yeah.
scratched you?
I let her go.
Okay. How high up do you think she was? I mean, if you're holding her,
with me standing up.
so her head's here, I'm about 6 feet.
Her
You're
head was
what?
right here. I had this part of my arm and her neck, and was pulling with my other arm.
Right,
My
so
bone.
her head's probably about that high off the ground,
Yeah.
and you just let her go?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. She's got a controlling wound on one of the wrists.
What?
Controlling wound, like she's got a bruise on her wrist,
Probably from when I tried.
probably from the phone cord.
Yeah.
Okay. Her hyoid is intact, but her larynx, voice box, is somewhat crushed, which again coincides with how you describe the strangulation. Okay, you're doing good. I mean, you're being honest with us now. You know, that's all we're asking for is honesty. Okay? All right, so to recap, April 2nd, on your way back from court, you grabbed the jack out of the back of the transport van.
You didn't grab them all on the same day?
No.
Okay. You get the rod on Tuesday.
Yeah. The handle.
Real quick, it was collapsible, right?
Yeah, folded in 3 pieces.
Three pieces?
Folded. Yeah.
How long was it total? I forgot to...
You're talking the rod now.
Well, let me rephrase that. What was the biggest piece when it was folded? How big was it?
Part that had the curve for the handle.
How long would you say it was?
About 3 feet. Yeah.
Total in length or just that one section?
Just that one section. Oh, altogether it was over 6 feet long.
So the one section is 3 feet? About 3 foot right there.
Yeah, it's pretty close to 3 feet.
You know, it was a little bit smaller than that.
Okay, so maybe 2 to 3. Okay, so you get it. You bring the second piece in on Tuesday.
How'd you smuggle the jack in?
The same way, but
Down your boot?
no, it wouldn't. It was too fat. It wouldn't fit in my boot. It was just hanging.
So you just held on and hoped you didn't get caught.
Yeah.
And you kept it in that spot when you first got in, above your door, but then would move it in sometimes into your cell to try and get the window, sometimes back up.
Now, is it one of those jacks that you have to
Yeah, you have to spin.
turn? It's not a crank.
No.
Okay, so it's a turn, and the piston rises up out of the jack?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is it the same van
Yeah.
you grabbed the jack from that you grabbed the rod from?
Yeah.
So when you get in, Donnie's sleeping, you wake him up, you're like, look what I got.
Yeah.
So now let me ask you a question, I don't think we ever asked this. Is that Tuesday, this past Tuesday, is that the day you guys decided we're going to make a break for it, or had you guys already decided that before?
We've been planning on it, but hadn't really made no moves to do it.
When did you start planning on it? Obviously before April 2nd because you took the jack.
No, I didn't fully plan on escaping before that, but I had talked about it, and I just got sentenced to the 10 years. My grandma just died. My real grandma, my grandpa's first wife,
Right.
just died in December. And I don't know. 10 years is a long ass time. I thought it was before, but.
So you, over the course of that Tuesday, you guys first try to bust out the window, right? That doesn't work, so then you work on the toilet. And basically you and Donnie go back and forth on who works on it. You're able to get the toilet out, you see this big ass hole. You then...
Couldn't get the toilet didn't come all the way off. I had to grab it from the bottom, and I pulled it up, and it bent the top. And when it was bending, every time I put it, after a certain height, depending on how high I pull it, the water would start running by itself.
Gotcha.
I don't know why I was doing it,
But then you guys are able to pull the rebar and all the other stuff.
How big of a hole would you say it was that you guys created to get out?
Bigger, smaller than that, right there.
it was smaller than that.
Smaller than the white paper.
Hell yeah.
About that size? Or a little bit bigger than that?
It was a little bit bigger than
So
that.
somewhere between those two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Could I fit through it?
I weigh 250 pounds. I fit through.
How much you weigh?
God damn.
250.
I weigh 260.
250.
Yeah.
Damn.
Let me guess, you're a small man amongst
205.
So about, was it 2 o'clock? You guys, after check, at 2 o'clock you guys go.
After
Was it the 2 o'clock check?
yeah, it was after I.
I can't remember.
Yeah, and you said it was...
want to say it was Officer Ward.
No, it was
So-
Evans. Would have been Evans. Evans did the checks.
No, they took turns.
That's okay. Then elaborate, because Word told us Evans did all the checks and Word did chow.
Bullshit. If Word come in there, it was either the 1 or the 2 o'clock. I think it was the 2 o'clock.
Okay.
He came in. Maybe it was the 12 o'clock. I don't know. Word came in.
I think he might have
Who
been
did you
a 12
ask what
o'clock
time
check.
it was when it was around 10:30?
That was Adams, right?
Adams, yeah.
Okay, and what time does shift change?
12.
12?
Yeah, the toilet was already off by then.
So Word did the 12 o'clock check.
Yeah.
That's where he physically looks at you and says, "You're here."
Yeah.
The other one that just kind of walk around.
No, Evans usually comes in and shines the light right at your head.
He just didn't do that this time?
Maybe he did. Maybe he thought he was. I don't know.
Okay. But at 2 o'clock you guys go. Takes you about, what would we say, 20 minutes or so to, once you're out, to climb under the fences through the 3. Then you go across, you try and go into the Z71. You can't do it.
Then you go to the
Van.
blue van. Yeah.
Can't do it. Get to this truck, this Ford truck.
Was the truck in the same lot as the van?
No.
Okay.
There was a truck and an El Camino, I think. It was a black one. I told Donnie to knock the gate down. We was going to take the El Camino because it'd be faster.
Mm-hmm.
Donnie took the Ford and rammed through the gate, and I was trying to get the El Camino cranking. It wouldn't crank.
Did it have keys in it too, the El Camino?
Yeah.
So you just stay with the truck.
So, yeah.
You guys go north on 17 to Mill Road to 100, 100 to Barden Road.
Yeah.
Get to Barden Road. Pull behind the dog kennels at Helen's house. You climb through that little thing at the fireplace. You guys go look around, kind of scan the house first, get the purse, get all that. You go into the closet where the safe is, put on the light. You change your clothes into your grandpa's clothes that you're wearing now.
Yeah.
You see the safe. You tie a white sheet across
My
No,
white
it's your
t-shirt.
t-shirt across your face. He takes the Atlanta Braves cap and kind of pulls it down. Before that, you grab the gun. You grab the gun and
Yeah,
gave
when
it
we
first
first came
Don.
in. Right when we first came in.
You grabbed the gun first. Did you get the pocketbook second? Or did you go into
We got the gun. I grabbed the gun. We went in the closet. We changed clothes. Found that cord. We walked and went to go to the bedroom, and that's when I seen the purse sitting there.
Okay.
So I grabbed the purse, and we both went back into the room to go through the purse.
Into the
That's when I-
closet.
That's when I sat the purse on top of the blues and everything.
Okay. Then you get Helen up, or you guys go back towards Helen's room. You wait outside the room, in the hallway.
And
You
Donnie,
can see her in the bedroom.
but I couldn't see Donnie
Okay. Why couldn't you see Donnie?
because the door
Okay.
to the bedroom opened in.
Okay.
I couldn't see her head, but I could see her body.
All right.
When she sat up, I could see her.
And then that's when Donnie gets her up, tells her this ain't no joke.
Tells her to roll over.
Now, at any point, he tells her roll over. At any point, you said she says, I'm frightened, at least 4 times, right?
Yeah.
Okay. She's shaking, visibly shaking. You could see her shaking.
Not while she was in the bed, but when she was trying to open the safe, she was
Her hands were shaking.
real bad.
At
Is
any
that
other,
normal?
Huh?
Is that normal?
No.
Okay.
when was the last time you saw Helen?
when I got out of prison, I put all the metal roofs on all the buildings in the yard.
How long ago was that?
I put the roofs on the buildings in probably about March of last year.
So it'd been about a little over a year, 13
No,
months.
it ain't been that long since I seen Helen. I went out there and I took my ex-girlfriend out there and she tried to sell Helen some pearls. My grandfather told my girlfriend that Helen would probably buy the pearls.
Okay.
When was that?
Not very long ago. Well, yeah,
After Christmas?
I've been in jail for 5 months.
Okay.
So it was probably a couple months before I came to jail. About 2 months before I came to jail.
August, September, October?
Yeah. August. Yeah, August.
Were you in jail during Thanksgiving?
I got arrested November the 20th.
Okay. So was it before or after Halloween that you saw Helen?
Before.
Before Halloween? Before or after Labor Day, when the kids get ready to go back to school?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know when Labor Day is.
It's
September.
early September.
Yeah, that's about the time. Probably about the time I seen her last. I've talked to her on the phone since then, though.
Okay.
I called her and she answered the phone and said she didn't know why I was calling. That I did my grandpa wrong and all this other shit. She cussed me out, and that was the last time I talked to her.
Did your grandpa send any money in for your canteen?
No,
Did anybody send any money in for your canteen?
no.
No. So you guys get into the house, you get Helen up, you do what you do with Helen, and you take off. You're driving the Lincoln. Donnie's driving the truck that you guys had stolen earlier.
Yeah.
You drop it off Old Stark Road.
Y'all found the truck yet?
Yeah. And the only thing that we haven't found was that red car you left in the barn.
Oh, they found the Mazda?
So
Already?
actually, we didn't even know about that, so no, we haven't found the Mazda either.
Probably
We're
not.
missing the Alero and the Mazda. That's it.
The Mazda you dumped in Tennessee? Alright.
Anything else you've missed or neglected to tell us?
At any point in time, after she says, I'm frightened. Well, she did say, why are you guys doing this, or why are you doing this to me?
Yeah,
Okay. And he said, I gotta feed my kids?
yeah. And then she said, you can't have no kids, you wouldn't be doing this.
Did she ever recognize your voice?
I don't know if she did or not.
She never said that. She never said.
No, she never said my name or
She never said.
she never said something. She never said nothing about that. But she was looking at my tattoos and she was looking at me finding out 2 different colored eyes, so she might have known.
What did you guys talk about right after this?
Didn't talk about nothing, we just listened to the radio.
Alright.
It's kind of a big thing.
Yeah.
You can't go back from taking a human life. I mean,
And it's not easy to take a human life either, especially when you do it face to face like that. And I'm sure Donnie realizes that now. I'm sure you realize that now too.
I thought she was. I didn't know people could snore after they was dead.
Like he said, you cut the head off a snake. Snake's gonna still move.
Cut the head off a chicken, it'll still move too.
Oh, it'll run around like crazy.
See?
Can I get some more water?
Yeah, man.
So, when was the first time you guys said anything about this? Whether it was like, oh shit, did we really do what we just did, or...
I've said something to Donnie a bunch of times about it that I couldn't believe. I really didn't say nothing until that message come over the radio. Said that 2 escapees from Florida was in whatever the hell county that is. Was last seen in that county, was wanted for murder, 1st-degree murder.
That's where Tompkinsville is?
Yeah.
It's Monroe County.
And yeah, they said if they had any information to contact you, you got a 937 phone number.
Oh, they even have my phone? Wow.
386-937.
Well, don't I feel special? Because I didn't even give it to them. Let me ask you a question, and this is just something it's off the path. Did you guys ever stop to ask for directions? Did you have a map? Were you ever riding with somebody else besides the two of you?
No.
Okay. The reason I'm asking, we got a report that they said 100% it was Donnie in the car. There was 3 y'all in the car, and y'all were asking directions for a town in Kentucky, Eminence, Kentucky.
Who the hell said that?
Some lady up there in Kentucky. She's not related or nothing like that. So
I got a question.
How would they know what we look like?
because your pictures were plastered all over the news. I mean, you guys were
The nationwide, baby.
Yeah, Fox News, the Nation, no, Fox News had you on there. You guys were
mine?
Yeah, you guys were on America's Most Wanted too.
No, hell no.
Yeah, that's serious. 100%. You guys were big time. I'm not trying to.
Well, you gotta understand something now. Okay. You got that little girl Haley Cummings down in Satsuma.
Yeah.
Okay, she's missing.
Yeah.
That's nationwide news. That's international news. Okay. And now, 2 months later, they have a jailbreak, and one of the escapees' grandmothers or step-grandmother is dead. Okay. In Putnam County again, nationwide again. Okay.
Because people are wondering what the hell's going on in little Putnam County. So, I don't have anything more to ask of them.
I got a question. Did you guys have a plan to go to Kentucky? Or, I mean, did you guys just...
Yeah, I thought that I could go there and my family would put me up, take me in, whatever. I guess I was wrong about that.
And then when you found out they wouldn't, you guys came back to Florida.
Yeah.
Did you come back because it's like a comfort zone here, or because you feel more comfortable doing licks around here, or what? I don't understand.
Because Donna said that Rooney and Lila had $20-something thousand in their bedroom.
Who did?
Donnie said that Rooney and Lila, some people that live in like Margaret Estates.
Oh, okay. Is that where y'all were heading towards?
It's his grandparents.
Is that where y'all are heading towards?
Yeah, we were supposed to wait till they went to church Sunday and go in the house to see if we could find it.
If you guys had gotten that 20,000 or whatever was in the house, what were you going to do with it?
Haul ass,
To where?
wherever.
Come on. Where?
No, we didn't have no.
You guys had a plan for everything. It's very well thought out. I must compliment you on that. Very well thought out.
No, seriously, it was. And the fact that most people when they escape don't have a fucking clue where they're going.
They get
You
inside
guys-
the jail and they're like, damn, what am I going
But
to do now?
you guys had a plan. You had a systematic plan of who was going to drive, where you were going, and
How you were gonna get there.
And even when that plan failed, going to family up in Kentucky, you guys had a backup plan. All right, we'll go back to Florida. We'll hit a lick or two, and then we know where we're going then. You guys were, and he's right. It's commendable. Most times people do shit and then don't think it through. They just, when they hit that moment of success, they're like,
Stuff.
what do we do now? Exactly.
They're stuck.
So where did you guys have where were you wanting to go? I mean, because $20,000. I mean, you guys made it on $137 for a good little bit.
Only have 40 out of the red car, too.
$177.
Less than $200, you guys travel halfway across the U.S.
My
and
wife
back.
could blow that in 45 minutes. And you guys,
And we ate good. We ate a couple times with some shit.
did y'all do any dining and dashing?
Yeah.
You mean eat and then just go? Or did y'all pay for everything?
Yeah.
Hit the drive-thrus, you go in.
Yeah, McDonald's drive-through.
So y'all were still pretty full stomachs.
You guys didn't hit any licks up there?
No.
'Cause, you know,
Other than stealing cars.
believe it or not, there was a bank robbery just on the other side of the Kentucky line in Tennessee,
11.1 miles from Tompkinsville while y'all were up there.
and people thought that you guys did it.
Dead
They're
serious.
sure you didn't do it.
They were in a stolen car. Seriously, they stole a blue 4x4 Dodge truck. Man, it was 11.1 miles from
How much
Tompkinsville.
money they get?
I don't know.
We don't know. But
They
we,
never released
boy, we thought, holy shit. No joke.
We should have. We'd be going to feds instead of the state prison.
Yeah. You know what? I will say
Y'all thought we
this.
robbed a bank?
No, well, when we hear it, we thought, we found real quick it wasn't y'all. I mean, probably within 5 minutes. But I will say this, and this is man to man. Thank you. Thank you for being honest. I know it probably wasn't the easiest thing to do, but I commend you, man to man, for.
Donnie blamed it on me. Said I killed Ellen.
Obviously, I was not there. I'm getting little bits and pieces. Obviously, Donnie's when we first talked, and they came to me and they said, hey, he's got a little more involvement than what he's saying. And then you did finally say, yeah. And then, then the second time they called me out, they said, hey, Donnie's saying they finished by putting the bag, and just as I walked back in, you're talking about that. So it was, I believe that
You sure it was a gallon-sized Ziploc? Because I didn't think those would fit over somebody's head.
It was not.
Was it one?
I don't think they come no bigger than that, do they?
It was a sealable. It was one of those little sealable yellow and blue makes green things.
No, it was one of the big, heavy-duty Ziploc bags.
But it was a Ziploc.
How big was it? Like?
No.
And that fit over her head?
Right. That wide.
How high?
It was long, about that long.
Okay.
Maybe it will fit over somebody's head. I didn't think it was big enough
That'd
to.
fit over mine. Mine look like a little shut head. I got a big old head. Man, I got a 7 and 7/8.
7 and 7/8.
Yes,
God damn.
Yes, sir. You know they say about guys with big hats, don't you?
Huh?
Big heads. I just blew the whole joke out of the water. I'm done with them.
Did you want to write that letter? It's up to you.
You'll have, I mean, if you don't want to write it now, I'm sure you'll have opportunity to write it to them, but I can tell you this, your grandfather's heart's broken for 2 reasons. One, 2
You
people.
talked to him?
I mean, I personally have not talked to him since Wednesday, but I can tell you this, he loves you, and his heart's broken because you escaped from jail and everything he's done for you, and obviously what happened with Helen, and that's where his heart's broken there too, because he loved her. I mean, you can't be with somebody that long without loving them and caring for them. So he's hurting. He's definitely hurting. And you'll get the opportunity to tell him you're sorry. But your grandfather, he still loves you no matter what. I can tell you that. And just like that, Tuesday when you called him and you knew what you were planning, you still called to tell him you loved him.
Red, but wasn't planning on killing her.
No, I'm talking about when you planned to escape.
Yeah.
You still called to tell him you loved him. Said, Grandpa just want to call to tell you I love you.
Why didn't you get along with Helen?
No, I mean, we never fussed or fought or argued with each other or nothing.
She mean?
Man, her and my grandpa done took knives and attacked each other before. They came to jail for the shit. She worked at the courthouse and went to jail for
Domestic type stuff?
Yeah. She pulled a knife and tried to attack my grandpa with it. We never fought or argued or nothing. She was real, in her eyes, better than everybody.
Okay.
She's just arrogant.
Did you want to write anything down?
If not, we can.
It's up to you.
We can do it later. If not, you'll have another opportunity, I'm sure, down the road to write something or say something.
What they gonna do with me? They're gonna send me on to prison instead of housing me here, or what?
I can tell you this, you will probably, if I could say, you will probably not be housed here in Putnam County Jail.
You're going to get booked in here.
Yes, and
Okay.
then you'll be probably sent to another
I
facility.
think you're going to, I heard St. Johns County. I'm not sure. Okay, but can rest assured you're not going to be placed in here.
You'll be in here long enough to be booked in. You'll probably be taken to another
Send me to
facility.
St. Johns County.
Or they'll send you, or some surrounding counties.
St. John's, Flagler, Clay, Alachua.
Now be prepared that you will be deemed a security risk. So you'll probably be by yourself on
In isolation.
and every 15 minutes you'll be observed. Just so you know.
And you may be getting woken up every so often just to make sure you're still there. It's not that stuffing out of the mattress again.
Well, I can probably ensure, I've never been to St. John's County Jail, but I know they've got those areas with no windows. You'll probably have no window.
There's a bunch of pricks over there. I've been to St.
Well,
I was a juvenile and got adjudicated as an adult. I was over there.
Well, just be prepared. It's not going to be like that.
What? There ain't no way I can smoke a cigarette, man.
I don't smoke, but we'll find something. You want? We'll find you something.
I'll find you a cigarette. Did we have any kind of conversation?
No.
All right. Did you mention something about? I can't remember your exact words, but
I said I fucked up bad.
I fucked up bad, and what did I say? I said, yeah, I guess so. Okay. Do we have any other conversation besides that?
No.
Okay. You went to the bathroom. You had some trouble trying to flush the toilet. I told you I would get it, but you already flushed the toilet. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I turned the faucet on for you to wash your hands. I put soap in your hands
Help me get towels out too.
and help you get some paper towels out. And that's the only contact we had outside of this interview room. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to get that on the record so there's no mistakes.
We've been here talking for 3 hours.
Close to it.
Almost.
Man, it's almost 11 o'clock at night.
What time y'all arrest us?
I don't even know. I will, like I've always been honest with you. I can tell you because I just walked outside to figure out where I was going to take you to let you have a cigarette. It's going to be impossible. The back door that we use, there's 2 cameras right there pointed towards that back door because we used that back door when we had the Haley thing going on. And so they know where our little side doors are. So it's not going to be able to happen.
Tell them cocksuckers down I don't want to take no pictures. I'm going to start on cuss and yell and show my ass.
No, don't do that.
Shit.
No, you gotta live something. You gotta live something. They live for stuff like that. That right there, that's what gets them headlines. That's what gets them papers sold and stuff like that. You know, if when we were there in Pomona Park and the camera was there and the photographer was there, the 2 different, you can say a word, and that's probably the best thing. But you know, that's what the media, that reaction they said you want to do.
Shit, they stopping me from being able to smoke. I ain't gonna be able to smoke no cigarette for a long time.
You remember that question that one reporter asked when we first got here 3 hours ago?
Yeah.
They're gonna ask you them questions, so just be prepared. Just be prepared. Don't fly off the handle, because that's what they live for. Because they want to paint you as this monster, and you're not one. I mean, a monster is the thing that hides under your bed when you were 6 years old and made the bumps in the night. And that's what they're going to try and portray you as.
I ain't a monster.
Well, you fly off when they ask you a question. That's how they're going to paint you.
We've been on America's Most Wanted.
You were on their website. You had the U.S. Marshals out here. You had the U.S. Marshals in Kentucky, too.
They was looking for it. That's who was looking for us?
Everybody was looking for you.
I'm saying, there wasn't none of y'all in Kentucky looking for it.
We were just waiting. That's out of our jurisdiction. So there was not much I could have done up there.
But if you had gotten caught in Kentucky or Tennessee,
Like if you had gotten caught at 8,
Doug and I would have flown up in a heartbeat.
we'd be on our way right now to go up there and see you. And talk to you. But it ended the way it should. No more violence. No violence, period.
There wasn't be no more violence anyway.
Well, you know what? The last reports were you guys were armed or considered armed and dangerous.
That's what it said over the radio, that we was being
But
considered
And
armed and extremely dangerous.
And that puts law enforcement at a heightened alert. Okay? So
and here's
when they roll up on you, they're more likely to put a cap in your ass.
And then worry about it later.
And worry about it later when they roll up on somebody who's considered armed and dangerous. This morning, about 9 o'clock this morning, not even, probably
It's 5:30.
5:30 this morning, St. Johns County, the Flying J truck stop.
You're right there,
206 and 95. 3 St. Johns County deputies shot and killed somebody, pointed a sawed-off shotgun at him.
Murder suspect.
Murder
You
suspect.
didn't even raise the shotgun. They just saw him with it. Do you know in the state of Kentucky, and this is straight from one of their officers I spoke to, escaped prisoners get shot first and then they worry about something. It don't matter if they're armed. You're an escaped prisoner, they are allowed to shoot you because you were deemed a risk to the public, safety of the public. Even if you weren't carrying anything but a $5 bill, they would still have shot you. That's why I said it couldn't have gone any better. Because we are all still here, and I'm able to talk to you, not have you somewhere with a white sheet draped over your body. You might not think this was the best end result, but it was. I can promise you.
If I'd had a gun, I'd have blown my brains out.
Nah, don't talk like that.
Shit.
Let me tell you
I
something.
seen Ron Frank come around that corner sliding sideways, I'd have shot myself.
There's nothing in this world rather, worth taking your life over. That's my belief. No matter how bad life seems to.
Was your grandmother, I'm sorry, Helen, was she Catholic?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Why?
I think she was Baptist, wasn't she? She's getting buried. You know she's getting buried on Monday. She's getting buried on Monday out there in Barden.
Wow. I bet there's a bunch of rednecks that want to kill me out there. She got a big ass family. Bud is her uncle.
Bud Key?
That's her uncle. Her
Yeah,
name
was
is
it?
Helen Key.
Was it? Oh yeah, Key's are big family. Large family.
Mm-hmm.
Her mama was Bud's sister.
So Bud and, you know both Bud and Norma.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're more
My dad used to work
step related.
Yeah,
Your dad.
Helen didn't like Bud.
My mother-in-law used to work at Bud's. My mother-in-law, all my in-laws live out there in Barden.
Who's your mother-in-law?
Kathy. She live out, they live in Barden, excuse me, they live out there near Harlem. Excuse me.
You remember Miss Glisson?
Luana?
Josh and Justin's mom?
Did you go to the funeral?
Well, talking about when he overdosed? No. I was in here.
Were you? Yeah, in fact, I talked to Luana that day.
I remember Mr. Lovelace. You remember Mr. Lovelace? Yeah, that was Josh and Justin's grandpa. He kind of had his eyes would kind of separate. One of them would look away. He'd be talking to you in this eye right here, it'd stay on you, but the other one would look away. He pumped gas up in Bud's for a long time. He just died not too long ago.
Can't say I knew him.
That tattoo you got right here,
Yeah.
FTW on top,
Yeah. Fuck the world.
who gave you that one?
Same dude that did my sleeve.
Sleeve's got some talent.
He
And you got that in jail?
Yeah, he did that, and he did the one on my back. I can't lift my shirt up. You don't see all my tattoos? I seen they got
I got a thing of them all.
They said on the radio in Kentucky, motherfucker said I had a tattoo on my left arm that said Bulldog.
No, it's of a bulldog. Is it of a
On
bulldog?
my right arm.
What's the one on there right here?
On my shoulder, a bear.
Okay, is that a bear? Alright. So a guy did that in prison, the
Yeah.
sleeve? That's pretty good work.
What's his name again? You told me his name, I forgot it.
Eric Word.
Eric
Is
Word.
he out?
No,
White dude or black dude?
white dude.
WORD.
Yeah.
What facility was this at?
Lake
Lake Seattle?
down in Claremont. Yeah. I used to come out of the shower, went to the box. We went to confinement. Somebody sent a request, and got me, him, and another dude named Marcus Royal. They piss test all of us. And me and E-Rock, that's the nickname, E-Rock. Me and him got dirty urine. We was in the box for a dirty urine. And in my 60 days in confinement, I got all that tattoo work done.
Let me ask you a question. This has nothing to do with your case. You mentioned about pissing dirty while you were in prison. How easy is it to get shit in there? I mean, I'm not talking about a jack and a rod. Dope. How easy is it to get dope in that facility across the parking lot?
And right here in Putnam County, man, you don't even know what's going on in there.
Put me in.
Crystal meth, everything.
How's it coming in?
I just went to sleep. I just went to sleep Monday night and didn't hardly sleep none. Had to get up and go to court. I've been up for 2 days snorting crystal meth over there.
How are they getting it in?
How they getting it in? It depends. Either through the windows or under the doors.
Are COs bringing it in?
Not that I know of.
But how are they getting it
Visitation.
into the facility?
Visitation.
Visitation?
Sunday visitation?
Saturday and Sunday, yeah.
You're allowed, like, contact visitations?
Has anybody brought you anything?
Yeah, no, I ain't had nobody come see me or nothing.
Okay.
You just had, what, your sister and your mom, right? Oh, no, not you. That was Donnie, sorry. Sorry, Donnie had visitors.
So who did you get the meth from?
Who'd I get the meth from?
Crystal meth.
I ain't gonna answer that question.
It was a shot, wasn't it? But it's easy to get dope in the facility.
Hell yeah, there's a whole bunch of it in there every weekend. Weed, cigarettes.
When's the best time to get it? Saturdays and Sundays?
It's the only time you can get it.
Yeah, it's all gone by Sunday night, ain't it?
No, shit. The boys over there in BE are smoking all week.
Alright. And don't nobody, what are they doing, just blowing it out the window?
No, you can still smell it. I mean, a little bit.
Still smell the weed?
You do it out in the rec yard or in the cell block?
In the cell block.
I tell you what, boy, y'all had some people in BE. The who's who of Putnam County criminals. The QT,
Fuck QT.
LaForest Williams.
Why do you say that?
Huh?
Why do you say fuck QT?
Because when Paul and Matos jumped me, and I backed out the room, they jumped on Donnie, and QT come in there trying to jump in the middle of QT's a piece of shit. He's a racist motherfucker.
He said anything about killing that old lady?
Yeah, he says he did it.
What does he say about it?
Nothing. He just said that he ain't gonna take 20 years. He's gonna go to trial. That's the only thing I've heard him say. Say he's gonna go to trial. There ain't no way I can smoke a cigarette, man.
Probably not, because it'd be our jobs. We can do those kinds of things and just kind of thank you. But if it's caught on camera, my boss is, and I know his boss. I used to work for his boss. Chew some asses out.
You used to work for the State's Attorney's Office?
Nah, I used to work the
FDLE.
task force, FDLE task force over in St. Augustine. That was what, 3 years ago?
You know some cops. You know some cops from St. Augustine?
Very few. No, I mean he probably knows more than I
I
do.
know some, a few of them.
Donna and Dave Fulton.
Mm-hmm.
You know them? Yeah. I fucked Donna and she left her husband and wouldn't go back to him. Called me at 3 o'clock in the morning, told me she was walking. She was way the fucking Flagler Estates. Said she was walking to my dad's house in Wheelacker.
Wow. And she's a cop?
She was a cop.
She was.
She worked for the sheriff's office, didn't she?
13 years. Yeah, she was a road deputy.
She look good?
She did when I fucked her then, and then my dad ended up pulling a pistol on me about it because her husband, my dad's best friend, and then we kind of did some dumb shit and ended up in Daytona, and then her husband pulled a motherfucking pistol on me too, right in the parking lot of the store. Said, "You fucking my wife, boy."
What did you tell him?
What do you think?
I don't know.
That's exactly what I said to him. What do you think?
Oh, okay.
She was a cop for 13 years. He was a cop for 17 years. Now he trains dogs. He's a dog trainer. I don't know about, I don't think it's for this county, but St. Johns County, he trains their canines.
Yeah, I don't think we have. I've never heard the name before. Well, you can now know you're gonna get surgery on that thing. Probably once you get to weren't you scheduled to get it?
Huh?
Hadn't they scheduled you for it?
Yeah, but they've been bullshitting me around.
Does that go over your blue pants or under your blue pants?
Over. Did you see it?
Can I ask him a question?
Yes.
Tim, is this the car, the key to the green car?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
We need those.
Clothes?
Yeah.
Can we get some blues over here?
Yeah.
So that really make it for good news, him walking out in belly chains and a pair of boxers.
Damn, I want to smoke a cigarette.
Shit, you haven't smoked in 5 months?
Yeah, I know, but I've been smoking for the past 5 days. Now,
Where'd you guys get your first pack of cigarettes at?
Georgia.
What did you guys get in Middleburg? The credit card was used in Middleburg. Did you just do like a quick swipe at the pump to see if it was still good or what?
Didn't buy nothing in Middleburg, I don't think.
I mean, did you just try the card just to make sure it would work though? See if it was good?
No, when I swiped that card I used, I knew it was going to be good.
Okay.
I didn't kill that lady.
You told me that.
I didn't kill that lady. I wish it wouldn't have never happened, but can't change it now.
No, you can't. Hindsight's always 20/20. There's a lot of shit I wish I never did in my life too.
Shit, everybody got regrets.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it regrets, I just wish the outcome was a little bit different.
What size blues did they have you in?
5X.
5X. And what size? Oh, never mind.
Here. Yeah. No, hey. I don't want to wear this nasty.
What size is it?
13.
13.
It's like a 13.
Who's in a 5X? No, 13.
Right shoe 13.
By the way, is it feeling hot again?
The key to the
Yeah.
truck that came from the tire place over here.
Hot this evening.
Where's that?
I was
The one that
unaware
was
of
out there in Martin.
I knew that, but I wasn't aware of the other spot that apparently.
He drove it in the woods.
Okay, all right, now thanks.
I didn't know the other part. They're gonna get you. They're gonna get you some change of clothes.
Who was watching the interview? Captain Carter?
No, she actually when I came out, she wasn't. The attorney was. The attorney wanted to watch it.
She's pissed at me.
Do you blame her? I mean, be honest with you, blame. I mean, you gotta look at it from her side for a second.
I made
You
her
know,
look, made her look bad.
The sheriff's gonna come. I can tell you that sheriff's pissed. Not at you. Well, of course he's pissed at you, so that's not true.
You know, he been knowing me since I was a little kid too.
Well,
He used to come to my grandpa's pawn shop and just hang out all the time. And
the sheriff is pissed because he's entrusted with Carter and her people with protecting not only you guys, make sure you guys don't get hurt, but also to make sure you guys stay in where you're supposed to. And the fact that what you brought in there,
How you brought it in.
and he's seen the videos of it, pisses him off. Not at you. Hey, you know what? You got away with it. How can he really be pissed off at you? So,
He mentioned something to me Wednesday, okay? We were standing outside Helen's house, and he actually had a tear in his eye. And he said, you know what really gets me? He said, look around here. I know just about every one of these people here, personally. He says, this really hurts. I take this personal. And he had a tear in his eye when he told me that.
Jeff Hard?
Mm-hmm.
Who was he talking about?
the people in Barton.
everybody out there.
Jeff has a good relationship with the people in Barton, the sheriff, excuse me.
He has shit. He has. Everybody likes Jeff.
And you know what? Even though the jail's problems have been long before he ever became sheriff.
This makes him look bad too.
Exactly right. He's the one to blame.
The responsibility ultimately falls on his shoulders.
He can't say, no, it's Doug's fault, because the public's like, no, it's not. It's yours. So, yeah, she's pissed, but you gotta admit, she's got every right to be. You made her look bad.
She should have did what she said she was going to do, and it would save both of us.
What's that?
When I first came back, I've been coming to this jail since I was 16. When I first came back from Clay County and I got off the van, she said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I got sentenced to 10 years." She said, "You're not going to stay here." She said, "I'm going to ship you out of here as soon as possible."
Well, unfortunately, the courts get to dictate that, and since you had pending cases in this jurisdiction, the Department of Corrections isn't going to take it, because they're not going to want to funnel you back from Okeechobee or wherever on a daily basis. But
You're stuck somewhere until all of this is over with.
which is going to be a little bit.
And in the meantime, whatever you were here for originally to answer for, you're going to be stuck here for that also until that's over with, and then all of this is over with.
You thought security was tight on you before? Wait till every court appearance you have.
Get used to those on your ankle, because you're going to be wearing them from now.
They can't.
No,
You must not seen my ankle.
no, you explained it to me.
No, you're gonna have some major.
No, you don't have to show
restraint.
it to me.
No, we're
you don't
gonna
have to show it to me.
No, keep it on there.
Please don't.
I got to
show
take it off the chain clothes anyway.
We'll wait.
Well, when the clothes come in, you can take it off.
You going to handcuff so I can change clothes?
Well, I'm sure as hell not gonna change it myself. But and you're probably not gonna change in here, so we're gonna put you somewhere where we got someone probably from the Department of Corrections that'll one of us will be in there while you change.
I need to take a fucking bath.
Well, probably in the next 2 hours, 3 hours, you'll get. Actually, no, you probably get one of them. I don't know.
You'll be processed here
Which I think they're actually doing right now.
and then shipped over to.
I think they're actually processing them right now. They just aren't having them over there. I don't know how they're doing it. But from what I gather, there's going to be a jail van to pull right up front where we pulled in a few hours ago. And you're going to load up there.
Going to St. Johns County.
More than, I don't know, St. John's, it could be...
You're not going to be staying here.
It could be Volusia, it could be Marion. We've had them stay all over the place. Just depends where it's at.
Where they send Donna, the same place?
No, I can tell you right now they ain't going to. Y'all are going to be hundreds of miles apart. Just like whenever all this is over with, you guys will never be in the same facility. If they find out you're going to the same facility, one of y'all will be shipped out. And every so often, they ship people. Just so you don't get comfortable where you're at. You could be 1 year in the Panhandle, the next year down in South Florida.
I did 2 years and got out, and I stayed out for a month and went back with 4 more years.
What happened?
Shit, I don't even know. I'm just a
Yeah,
dumb.
you do.
No, I just do dumb shit. Especially when I get around Donnie's ass.
How long you known Donnie?
That's my cousin. He was my cousin by marriage, but I still consider him my cousin.
Well, just so you know, do you want to know what Donnie said?
What?
Donnie gave the exact same statement that he did. The second one you gave, not the punch it in the face thing, but flipped who had what role.
So Donnie's pointing the finger at you.
Donnie's saying he held the legs down.
And
He did the bag and the choking. He's saying, you said he choked, but you did admit one time you did it. He's saying, I never even put a hand on her except to hold her legs down. Tell you what he said?
Where is the bag, you said?
In Georgia.
Do you think if you were shown a map, you could show what exit you guys got off on? And what creek you threw it in?
It's not even a creek. It's just a little small.
Like a retention pond?
Yeah.
How far, did you guys go through Atlanta?
No.
Was it, were you north of
Before or
Macon?
after you got gas?
It's.
Where was the first place you got
after-
gas?
It was after we got gas.
So after Cordele, because it's Cordele, Georgia, exit 101, but you got gas.
It was a raceway.
Yep.
Yeah, it's after that.
So were you in Atlanta yet?
No.
So it's between Cordele and Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay, were you in Macon yet?
No.
How
So
soon after you got
hadn't
gas?
taken that break-off road to Macon. Was that I-20 and then I-20 or something like that? Where you break off to Atlanta?
85, isn't it?
No.
No, we
You
took
go-
75 the whole
No,
way.
you go on 75 and you go straight to Macon, or you veer off to the left to go to.
485,
No,
whatever
it's
that is.
470 it's 475.
But you break around Macon and you get back onto 75 to go to Atlanta.
Yeah, if you take 475, you don't go through Macon.
Was it before 475?
Yeah.
So it's between 475 and Cordele.
Yeah.
What all did you throw out there?
That bag, that telephone cord, our blues, the purse.
All in the same spot.
Yeah.
So the Ziploc bag, your jailhouse blues, the telephone cord, the purse, the wallet too,
Yeah.
purse and wallet. What else?
Yeah, I think.
So between Cordele and 475 at Macon. You throw out the Ziploc bag, the blues, the telephone cord, the purse, and the wallet.
Yeah, it's just right off the exit.
Right off exit. I mean, did you guys, how did it happen? How did you pull down the exit and then what'd you do? You turn right, turn left, or what?
Right.
Turn right.
And go down, it's just a little driveway road looking thing.
Was there a gas station nearby?
I don't even remember, to be honest with you.
What time of day or night was this?
It was that, however long it took us to get there.
Okay, well, you were in
We
Cordele.
left here
You were in Cordele at about 10:30. You got gas at Cordele at about 10:30 in the morning.
Cordele. I don't even fucking remember. That's one of the little towns right after you get over to
It's up by
state line.
Tifton. Cordele's up in the Tifton area. $10.28. $19.76, 10.461 gallons at $1.88 a gallon.
A lot cheaper here than here.
Oh yeah. Same gas, I just can't understand why. Alright,
Tired
so
as fuck.
you come, me too. You come off the exit, you turn right. How far down did you go, you think?
Not very far.
Not far? A mile? Less than a mile?
That's way less.
Okay. Is that on the right side of the road, left side of the road?
Right side.
Was there anything close by? Parking lot, gas station, hotel, little gift shop?
I don't think so.
So what did you do? Just pull the car over and toss the shit out the window, or what?
Just got lucky and found a little good hide spot.
Was it off the road though? Did you have to go down like a dirt road or something? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
No, I was yawning. It was I'm trying to think. Pull off the road. No. It was just go straight to the little place. Just a little dingy ass road.
Was it like a dead end or?
Yeah, you go in and there's a retention pond on the right and there's a little place to hold your vehicles right there. Shit. I ain't been asleep in 2 days.
Alright, so you come down the exit, you turn right, less than a mile down the road, it's on the right hand side of the road, you have to turn off the road.
Yeah.
You made a right off road. Then there's a retention pond down on the right.
Yeah.
And where in relation to the retention pond did you?
It's on the closest corner to you when you pull back. I'm about ready to lay on the floor and go to sleep.
Okay. And what about the gun?
It's the same place. Not in that. It's when you.
I thought you guys ditched the gun after your uncle's house in the pasture.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fuck. We threw the gun in Kentucky.
Alright.
I'm falling asleep over here, man.
Okay.
The gun's in Kentucky.
In Tompkinsville?
Yeah.
You remember what road your uncle lived on?
He lives right off Tompkinsville. Right off the main road that goes through it. I don't even know what the name of the road is. But that's not. You got to turn like, say if you was at Uncle Willie's house.
Willie, what's his last name?
Graves.
Graves?
Yeah.
Graves?
Yeah.
Okay.
What y'all talking about?
Restley,
I'm just getting some directions for the
That's what I was.
Ziploc bag and the...
number one.
Okay, you're on 75. You get off the exit, right? Which way do they go?
He makes a right.
What kind of businesses? Because that's what we're trying to figure out. What businesses were at the exit? You know, like
I don't even
gas stations, restaurants.
Gas station.
You don't remember, like,
No.
you know, like if you pull up and all of a sudden there's a freaking super Walmart right there. I mean, you don't remember. You don't.
Damn. I'm about to pass
We're
out.
almost ready to go. We're almost ready to go.
It wasn't. I don't remember no businesses, but I know there was some gas pumps there. But
You get off, you go to the right.
yeah, and then
So that would be
just
generally heading east.
when you make the right, about
Is it a bunch
less
of
than
businesses
100
or open country?
less than 100 yards, you'll see a dirt road on the right, and it goes in just a little bit, and it circles around behind the little tree line, and that's where it's at.
Pond. You just threw it in the water.
Yeah.
Ziploc bag, telephone cord,
Were they
blues,
Were they together in something?
purse and wallet.
No,
They weren't.
there was originally, but
What was it originally?
when Donnie climbed his fucking monkey ass out there, he went out there and threw them out one at a time.
So when you get off the interstate, is it a whole bunch of like driving down Highway 19 where it's business, 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 or is it open field?
Shit, I don't.
Daytime or nighttime when you dumped it?
It was daytime.
How long had you guys been from pumping gas when you found it? When you got off the exit, like how long had you been pumping the gas?
The whole reason that we found it is because we was going down 75, and there was a fucking state trooper
Right.
sitting in the median, and as soon as we passed him, he hit his blue lights and pulled out. So when he did, I turned on the first exit.
How long did you left the gas station after pumping it?
Not very long.
10 minutes? Not 10 minutes?
Damn.
Can you say? Like, how long was the trooper behind you?
After you pumped gas in Cordele, okay, how long were you back on 75 again before you had to pull off real quick? How many miles would you say?
Or
Or how many minutes?
I don't know.
best guess?
15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Right.
That helps us narrow it down. Okay. Let me see where
How
we're
fast were you
close.
traveling? How fast were you traveling?
Usually about 75.
75? Keeping up with traffic? Alright, now the gun up in Tompkinsville. You said it was in a cow field somewhere?
It's behind a church in the bushes. Where's the car at? Y'all bring it back to Florida already?
It's in the process of getting brought back. Wake up. Wake up. You want some coffee?
Hell yeah.
Let me see if I can find some coffee for you.
I'm passing the fuck out.
Alright, you can take it black?
Hmm?
Take it black?
I'd rather have a little bit of sugar, but
I'll see what I can do for you. Anybody get some coffee for him? Alright, thank you.
Hey, it's only gonna be, we're less than 5 minutes.
Alright, less than 5 minutes. Alright.
They're getting Donnie loaded up and, they're getting Donnie, you won't be riding in the same van, they're taking 2 separate vans.
So
I don't want to smoke a cigarette.
the gun is behind a church and some bushes up in Tompkinsville?
Yeah.
And in the same area where the car is?
Well, yeah.
I thought you said you tossed the gun in some fucking cow field or cow pasture. Didn't he say that originally?
It's right. It's just outside of a cow pasture. It is.
After you said the cow pasture.
The cops had us blocked in. We was riding around in the cow pasture, and we seen spotlights coming from every side of the fucking field. That's when Donald was like, "You think I need to get rid of the gun?" I said, "I don't know," and he slung it out. So it's where the church is. You make that left and you go down, and it dead ends right into the cow field.
So where's the gun?
So between the church and the cow field?
No, the gun is when you like where the little gate is at the bottom of the hill. It's just up that hill on. If you're going down the hill, it'll be on your left hand side. It's just through right into some little skimpy ass bushes. Really, not even no bushes.
Did he throw it out from the passenger side?
Yeah.
So you guys were going back up the hill? Because you said if you're going down the hill, it's on the left.
Yeah.
So you left the cow pasture, you're heading back up the hill towards the church?
Yeah. Cause we duck. That's when. That's
So
where
it's between the gate to the cow pasture and the church. And if you're heading from the cow pasture up to the church on the right hand side.
Yeah.
So it's not behind some church and some bushes.
No. That's where the car was at. I was falling asleep while he was talking to me.
What about the credit card?
It's on the exit where the bag and shit's at.
But I thought you guys bought gas with the credit card 3 times.
We did. I don't know. I bought gas twice with that credit card. $19 and something once, and then right at $20 the next time too. Look on the receipts. How much money did they spend off the card?
Well, this is the receipt from Cordeal at like 10:30 in the morning. This was 1976.
I'm tired as fuck. They already loaded Donnie up.
I think they're doing it as we speak.
They ain't gonna bring me no blues.
What they're gonna do is they're gonna load you in the van, take you right over to the jail so you don't have to walk, and then they'll put you in there and change you out. That way you can get out of them.
There ain't no way to smoke a cigarette.
Not that I know of.
Not with this circus going on outside.
Alright, so the Ziploc bag, the blues, the telephone cord, the purse, wallet, and credit card are all between Cordeal and 475.
I didn't hear what you said.
The Ziploc bag, the jailhouse blues, the telephone cord, the purse, the wallet, and the credit card are all in the same spot.
Yeah.
The gun is in Tompkinsville between the cow pasture and the church.
Yeah.
And then we're talking the church where the Lincoln was found.
Yeah.
Okay. What else did you guys throw out that we haven't discussed? Did you leave the keys to the Lincoln in the Lincoln? Or did you throw them someplace? Or did they stay in your pocket? Hey. Did you leave the keys inside the Lincoln?
I really don't even remember. I think so, yeah. They bring Lincoln back down here yet?
Monday.
They're in the process of doing it.
Yep. Did y'all leave anything in the Lincoln?
Did you guys eat anything? Bag of chips, anything? Leave it behind in the Lincoln? Drink a soda? Anything like that?
I think we're pretty much done. What you think?
I'm passing out. I've been up for 2 days.
You think we haven't?
I pretty much haven't gotten a whole lot of sleep since Tuesday.
Yeah, but you didn't just get done running 10 miles from the fucking helicopter neither.
Yeah, pretty much I did. I was running with a full vest on and carrying a shotgun.
We come down that little road where the... Who was the cop that seen us first? The cop.
In the green?
Cop, yeah.
That beautiful Ron Frank. Ron Frank was one of the cops that first saw you.
I'm talking about who saw me when people called and said that they thought they recognized us. Because we was walking down a little side road.
Right.
And we looked and seen the cop standing there with his bulletproof vest and he had his gun already
Ron
out.
Frank was down there. It was either Ron Frank or old Cecil Manning. You know Cecil? You should. Cecil's been in this office forever. You alright? You gonna be able to make the walk to the van? You gonna fall asleep on me while walking?
I ain't gonna fall asleep with a wall.
Why did Donnie say that you're the one that choked her out?
There ain't no fucking telling. Just to try to get out of it.
Put you both in it. You're saying he did it, he's saying you did it. Just put you both in it.
We'll just have to go to trial then.
Well, that's your right to go to trial.
They give me a life sentence, I sign for it right now. Fuck it. I'm gonna end up with it anyways.
You think you're gonna get that sentence?
I hope not. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. Alright, come on. I'll help you up.
Alright, it's 11, or I'm sorry, 10, 5:56 p.m.
So, following a 3-day nationwide manhunt, the two suspects were finally apprehended in Kentucky after a citizen saw them and called authorities. Donnie Ray Brown was ultimately sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole in October of 2012. His sentence was part of a plea deal where Brown pleaded no contest to first-degree murder, escape, and home invasion robbery. Timothy Fletcher, on the other hand, he was also convicted of first-degree murder, home invasion, robbery, escape, grand theft auto of a motor vehicle, and 2 counts of burglary. He was initially sentenced to death in 2012. That sentence was later overturned following changes in Florida's death penalty laws. However, in January of 2023, he was resentenced to death after a jury unanimously recommended it. And in July of 2025, the Florida Supreme Court affirmed the death sentence. There is no scheduled execution date, so he will suck up some tax dollars for a while, it seems. I want to thank you all for watching. We have a lot more on the way here at Couch Detectives. Make sure you're subscribed, and we will see you in the next one.